Hey, good morning, frantically typing the keyboards. The keyboards? What? The keys, yeah. Changes to the show here today. Our guest has to make a change. So Pete Durand will not be joining us this morning. So we were just Keith, Jimmy, and Melissa. Who's Jimmy and Melissa? Well, they are the actual brains behind the operation. Yeah, true story. Yeah, they're just the guys that making all the things happen. Me, John, and Marty, we're just the pretty faces in front of all of you guys. Yeah, true story. Oh, damn, is it ever a true story? So we might just talk some fun stuff today with our guest not absent. Yeah, wait a minute, is that called absent? Hey, we're doing roll call. Imagine your morning routine is dialed in. Your workout's delivering actual results and your mindset locked up tight. That excuses just don't even get a seat at the table because you got it all dialed up. Well, that's the kind of real talk and motivating content we've got lined up for you today, even without our first guest. And you know what, guys? Well, it starts right now because welcome to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, Marty, and friends, your daily morning motivation and live accountability morning show built for men who want to start the day right. Yeah, if you want negative bullshit, go somewhere else. Oops, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you, it's an R-rated experience. Yes, if the kids are around, you might want to tell them that Uncle Keith might just drop a bomb every now and then. Good morning, Holroyd. Good morning, B-Drive. Good morning, Lady Drew. Yes, this is positive, inspiring conversation you will not get anywhere else on the planet. Guys, I invite you to smash the like button, hit subscribe, and drop a comment in the chat. We see you, we celebrate you, and we want you part of the conversation. And hey, you hit the snooze button? Really? Are you still doing that? You still fucking hitting the snooze button? Come on, man. You haven't heard my jibe enough times? Don't hit the snooze button. If you did it today, roll over, get up after it, and come back and see me tomorrow and say, Keith, I didn't hit the snooze button. Good. All right. Today, we're going to talk about the streaming market racing towards a staggering $600 billion YouTube Live. Oh, yeah? What are we on right now? YouTube Live, rolling out wild new features that are going to get you guys hooked, keep you guys coming back to the morning show. Yeah, big true story. We're a little bit ahead of the curve here. We're getting after it. And we're going to continue to take a look into The Rock's latest project, The Smashing Machine. Yeah, we got a little trailer we're going to run and have a little conversation about it. And if you're still holding on to those dusty YouTube uploads, hey, I found something you guys might find some value in. If you'd like to upload videos, you're a YouTuber, I'm going to answer some questions for you. And center stage. Well, you guys have twist ties around your house or those plastic ties? I know this is ridiculous, but I've learned on this show with you guys like when we drop nuggets. We drop these little things that you guys can learn from. Well, I did find some ridiculous knowledge that maybe I can share that you guys might find some value in. Yeah, hour 2, we are going to dig into the deep dive. We're going to answer your fat loss questions. I've been taking questions from around the planet. Yeah, true story. You guys have a lot of questions. So I'm putting them out there. Fat loss, no fluff, no gimmicks. And we have a guy who knows a little bit about fat loss, building muscle, body recomposition. Jon Andersen here as well. And then the morning loop reloaded. We're going to get tactical on something you didn't even know you needed. 17 ways to end a conversation without burning bridges. And hey, how about those circles under your eyes? Yeah, how about those dark circles? You know, like those dark circles hanging under your eyes? Yeah, so we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about those small little circles hanging under your eyes and help you hammer them out. And then, of course, we got the community corner as well here on the show today. All right, guys, well, listen, let's get it rocking and rolling, Jimmy, because the morning loop, the first unpredictable 30 minutes of the day, it starts right now.
Lab's awake. Nation, welcome back.
Keith, John, Marty, what's up, fellas?
Big show today, center stage with Pete Durand.
And Community Corner with Ratko Ivekovic.
Keith, John, Marty, take it away.
Jimmy, have fun with that new monitor.
Producer Jimmy rocking the new monitor today. Nicely done, Jimmy. Hey, guys, welcome Grok to the show. What's going on, Grok? Good morning. Welcome to the show today.
Good morning, fellas. Yeah, You know what? I'm running on caffeine and caffeine alone, but I'm here.
Love
I'm
it.
ready to throw down some morning truth bombs on fat loss and muscle gain.
Yes.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen. Hey, you guys can join the show with us live right now or in the mornings in the live community. Join the show. You guys can do that through the phone. True story, 431-300-3005. Phone, text, or leave a voicemail. Come say hi in the comments. It's active on the vertical side, and it's also active on the horizontal side. And those that are watching not live, well, hey, get up, get after 8 o'clock Eastern time. We are live every single day. Content and conversation to move you forward in life and so forth. Hey, Enzo. Good morning, Enzo. What's going on, brother? I went around campus today asking people, if you were to hire a personal trainer, would you hire someone who is morbidly obese or someone who shows improvements? You'd love the results. Yes, good to have the original, one of the original OGs here. I know we like to call Holroyd our OG. Well, Holroyd, I actually have kind of like a pre-OG to you, which would be Enzo joining us in the future. He's future Holroyd. Enzo joining us all the way from New Zealand here today. Jimmy, it looks like the boys are settling into the saddle. We should welcome them in today. Mr. Jon Andersen and Mr. Christopher Martins, a.k.a. CMarty. Ooh, the new flow. CMartyFit with the haircut.
Oh, thank you.
What's up, baby? Oh, there he is. Oh,
There
look at that.
What's up,
Oh,
baby?
looking fucking sharp. Come on, baby.
Hey, man, thank you, baby. You know you gotta switch it up sometimes, baby.
God damn it. Look at that. You know, dude, that right there, I got to tell you, bro. So, Keith, you tell me if you agree.
Yeah.
Where we know where you're going. We know where you want to go.
Yeah.
This look is going to be much more suitable for that journey. What do you think?
Fuck, he's Johnny.
You wanna know what's crazy? My mom
Yeah.
been begging me to do this because she sees what I'm trying to do. So she was like, you got to do it. You got to do it. So
Well, you even
Thanks,
Petro coming in nice, Johnny. I'm feeling a little intimidated right now by the handsome man on the show. I know I have the handsome chief title. I might have to hand it over to Marty today, man. Holy fuck!
Yeah,
I could be chief for a day.
we let you hold that as an honorary title. Come on now.
Marty
and I,
Johnny won't let me be chief, man. Come on,
yeah,
Johnny.
Marty and I giggle. Listen, it's your goddamn project. We got no choice but to let you sit on that one. But
You know what's ridiculous?
It's honorary.
You know what's funny? True story. Here's when I first set up our streamer, like the first day. Like, I mean, like the first second I was setting all this up. John, those moments where you're thinking I'm going to do it someday, like, no, I'm doing it right now. Right at that moment. When I set up my StreamYard and you had to put your handle in, that's the first thing I wrote down, handsome chief. And it has lasted ever since then. No thought, no reason. It's just a perfect example of I just started.
Sometimes it's the shit just comes out like that. Terry has fucking named so much of my shit. It's crazy. Like we were doing a podcast, you know, and we're kicking names around, and she just fucking goes blop. And I was like, fuck, that's fucking good. Hold on, real quick, Mark. If you don't mind, brother, look at the camera and take your shades off. I just want to. You're like a fucking new man right now.
He's handsome, man.
Thanks, man.
Holy Christ,
Jimmy, put him on on the middle so I can see him.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Jimmy, come on, babe.
Come on, Jimmy. Oh, we good.
He's sleeping at the wheel.
There we go. Oh yeah. Marty, you're handsome, man. So Marty, I got to say something to you publicly, though, brother, on the show here, because you're kind of throwing me under the bus a little bit. So back when I was your age, my mom was like you, getting me on my ass about my hair, and I would never really listen to mom. So good on you for listening to mom. She's
been hounding me about it.
She's still hounding me. Keith, when are you going to get your haircut? I'm like, well, don't watch the show with Marty, because Marty's mom might have something on you today.
You know what?
Well,
I'm gonna get
it's just now when you know, because you're basically pushing forward into life and opportunities are going to be open. And now you're not fighting an uphill battle with a first impression. Your first impression is like fucking, whoa, look at this fucking kid. He's busting his ass. He's sharp. He's taking care of himself. Not that you weren't sharp before. It's just different. Like I would never, ever have gotten, I mean, look at the way I look. I have to overcome this every fucking time I'm in a scenario.
The way I look.
That's the truth.
No, I get it. I'm gonna get a voice note for y'all of my mom and see what she says.
Yes. I love it. Marty, how's the last 24 hours, brother? What did you, besides getting your haircut, what were you up to?
It's been pretty good, man. Been really productive. Got some good content in yesterday. Great workout.
Nice.
Clients doing great. Looking like I'm gonna get some new ones.
Nice.
Working on some new ones. So it's been pretty good, man.
Johnny, I know you had a busy day yesterday. International work. How was your day yesterday with your clients?
It was good. It's always good. You know, I enjoy what I really enjoy is the connecting.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
It's like, you know, funny enough, I had a major connection with the dude yesterday. He's one of my American clients.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But I didn't realize this, but he's actually, what he does, he's actually a spiritual healer. That's how he makes his money, which is not an easy way to make money, you know?
That's no kidding.
As he sums it up, he helps people become in touch with their soul. And so he came to me and he was a little, I mean, I could kind of tell that there was more to it than what he was signing up for. And whenever that's the case, I always lean into it. Yeah. And, you know, so I kind of start talking the language. And last night he sent me this big message, just fucking kind of busted the whole thing open. He's like, dude, the way that you talk to me, the way that you support me, the way that you blah, 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 blah. He goes, the growth that I've had in the last 6 weeks, he goes, I can't tell you how much better I am at my job. And I was like, fuck, this
awesome.
is why I do what I do.
That's a great feeling. That's a great feeling. That's awesome, man. I really love hearing that.
And the thing about it is, like, you know, so a handful of these, funny enough, he's the third one that actually that calls himself a spiritual healer. And I've had relationships with all of them long after. Like I got another one, really fucking cool cat. Funny enough, we had a little bit of a misunderstanding. Never met in person, but we had a little bit of a misunderstanding. And it was like, it fucking hurt. I was like, whoa, dude, is that what's really going on here? And he's like, oh, forgive me. That's not because, you know, sometimes through text, it's easy to misunderstand shit. You know what I mean? But that's the kind of relationships that I develop with some of my clients. Like it becomes emotional and like, you know, that makes sense. It's really fucking cool.
But I'm not surprised. So I got to be honest, John, I would expect that it would though, because if you're going to get into the weeds in my life or Marty's life and quote unquote, fix me with some shit, whether it's chasing ultra processed foods, whether it's chasing an addiction, whether it's getting my health or mentality in shape, I guess I feel like I want to know you're there to fucking catch me emotionally and prop me up, you know. I guess I'm saying I would expect it. I would expect it to be, you know, I don't want to say a battleground, but expect you to push me, accept me, support me, and catch me. Marty, I see you nodding there.
Yeah, no, I mean, I have the same relationship with my clients as well.
Yeah,
and it's almost like you become family. So the same way you butt heads with your brother, sister, cousin, it's gonna be the same way with your clients. That you spend so much time with them or spend so much time talking to them. You know, it's expected at some point.
Yeah. You know, it's kind of weird because once you realize you've crossed that border, like fuck, you know, the relationship has grown so much, this could actually hurt me. It's fucking kind of, you know, then they've crossed into you've created a bond because keep in mind, these three people I'm talking, I've never even fucking met in person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just, we connect through so much through what we do. And, you know, it's like the way I talk to them, you know, I catch little things like, even like with you, Keith, like I was pointing out, hey, look, I just kept saying, don't acknowledge that negativity, you know, and that kind of thing. And these little things could really fucking change the scope of how someone sees their world.
Yes.
Once they start living in a different because really what we're doing, if you want to fucking strip it all away, we're all creating our own universe, a universe that we want to live in. Yes, absolutely. And sometimes people don't realize how much control that they have. And when you can't tell someone, hey, I'm going to help you create your universe. It's like, get the fuck out of here. What are you talking about? Come on, Gandhi. Go.
And some people want to stay in their universe.
Yes. Well, they think they want to get out of it, but they don't know how to get out of it. I would suggest, Marty, sometimes it's a challenge, right? Not knowing how to get out of it, right? So good morning, everybody. Hanging out with Keith, John, and Marty here on Mornings in Live with Keith, John, and friends. Guys, I was working on an ridiculous project yesterday.
That's what I mean. It took the words away from us. This is going to be good.
I'm excited to share with you.
It's time coming back.
And I'm just going to kind of tease it a little bit, but you guys have watched some of those Netflix documentaries along the way in life, right? You just every now and then.
If I'm documentaries and biographies, that's my shit.
So yesterday,
that's not dumb shit, Johnny.
Yeah.
What's that?
That's not dumb shit.
Exactly. Well, it could be if you're learning. It's not dumb shit.
I'll just tease this. I took our conversation with Evan Marks from a month ago, 3 weeks ago, our center stage conversation with him. And I have turned it into, I am building a full-fledged, almost 30-minute Netflix documentary. I am at 135, Marty, Veo clips.
What does that mean?
So why? Which one you want to answer first? Go ahead, answer Johnny first.
Yeah, so what does that mean, Johnny? That means that I was working with Google Veo yesterday and collated actually 540.
What is Google Veo?
Veo's so John, when I'm creating these videos and you see like our characters and you see all these videos come to life, the platform that I'm using,
the tool.
Yeah, the platform, exactly. The platform using called Google Veo. It's the best one right now. And they make them in 8-second clips. I'm essentially making a 30-minute documentary / aka motion picture movie, whatever you want to call it, weaving in our live conversation with Evan Marks, weaved in with our brand new. We've got
Which one was Evan Marks? I'm having a brain fart.
Yeah, Evan Marks is M1 Performance, NASCAR guy, Jimmy Johnson. He's a solid dude, man. Solid guy.
Yep.
So I took that conversation and I'm weaving it into a full documentary of Evan's story, but weaved into storytelling like you'd sit down and watch with Netflix, with clips, B-roll, interviews. And guys, I'm excited to share with you all here today. I hired somebody new yesterday. I'm going to pull a picture for you guys and show it to you. Our first correspondent that's going to join us here in the lab, Sophia Grant. She's heading up the center stage. She's joining us. She's going to be on Sterling and Preston's team, and Sophia is going to lead the conversation on.
Dude, Sterling and Preston are going to be like, how did we get a fucking hot chick like this working with us? Did you see also too, Marty? You see this dude? He creates these two fucking characters, right? He's the one in the fucking sweat jacket and the fucking Adidas sweat jacket. I'm the fat fucker. He just gives it to me through these AI characters, dude. That's how he gives it to me.
Dude, I'm
still waiting on mine too. I can't wait to see.
Well, yours is in there. Yours is. I just can't figure out who the counterpart is.
I'm still waiting for Marty's images so I can create them. But now,
don't give him the images. Don't give it to him.
Now that we have,
don't do it because they'll be fucking. You think he's going to make you something cool? He's going to make you look. He's going to make you look fucking decrepit, dude.
Andersen, I have you looking like a fucking jacked Hulkamania these days because producer Melissa created some awesome images of you on TEDx, and I've been using those images now. And dude, I'm creating some really awesome stuff with Big John, my brother. I'm creating some great stuff with Big John. But I got to be honest, it's super fun with and Marty, I'm sure you're playing with it too, like Google Nano Banano, the image tool, man. Holy smokes, can you do anything with that tool? So my point is,
I got to talk to you because that's basically what I was trying to do that day I called you.
Oh yeah. Come knock on my door, man. It's a fucking game changer.
Yeah, I got to talk to you because
I think he's already got you cooking because the characters don't really look like the first generation of me was like.
that was terrible. Yeah.
Who was that? You know,
it was Little John. Not
that's John. That's John with an H.
That was chemo John. That was me. If I ever get cancer and I take chemo, that's what I'm gonna look like.
Well, here's the thing. It's the good segue to what we're talking about today. Sterling and Preston, I got you somebody on your team, Sophia Grant. You guys are meeting you later, but Preston, Sterling, what are we talking about today on the conversation desk?
First up, current events and news our business athletes can use.
Yeah. We'll pull the signal and skip the noise.
Losing fat and adding muscle can happen together.
Yeah. We'll give you the simple plan. Protein anchors, steps, sleep, done.
We've got Pete Duran today, exit to employee number 4.
Yeah, that's one. Can't wait for that one.
And we'll talk about the number one thing to reduce inflammation.
Oh. Please don't say it's coffee, fellas.
And later, a chef turned brand alchemist joins Keith for Community Corner.
For a guy who hates storytelling, he's got an interesting one. Stick around, nation.
Good morning, everybody. Back with Keith, John, and Marty here on the conversation. Sterling and Preston. And guys, I led off with that YouTube stuff because some big news came out of YouTube yesterday, and I'm sharing it because I know it's important to you, John.
What do you mean let off with the YouTube stuff? What does that mean?
Well, just with the Veo, like I was just talking about the Veo stuff I was doing.
Okay.
I want to segue to some news that I found for us to lean into because it's important to you, John, you, Marty, and me as well. Guys, yesterday Google had their big YouTube conference, and two things came out of it. YouTube Live is getting a major update. So again, I've been drinking the live. I've been actually Keith and Marty before you, Johnny, been drinking this live Kool-Aid forever. And I know, John, that's what really drew you to this. Well, they are investing significantly in their live platform. They're going to start introducing dual format streaming. So just like we've been dual format streaming for about a year and a half now, YouTube is now leaning into doing it natively. They're going to start introducing mini games. They're going to start introducing more personal insights, personal editing. Marty, they're introducing John Veo, the video creation tool, into shorts with video and sound. They're adding some additional deep fake protections. They're going to simulcast horizontal and vertical. So you know, guys, how we have a chat happening in the horizontal stream and the vertical stream? They're going to bring them together so we have one unified chat.
Yeah, that's going to be helpple right there, because you're looking at one and I'm like, oh, fuck, I got to go to the other side.
That's right, Johnny. Yeah, absolutely right. They're going to start adding some side-by-side ads during the live stream. So in time, we might start to see some live ads on us as well. But here's what's really cool, guys. And I guess what really excites me is that this just supports what we are doing. The live streaming market, news launched last night, expected to exceed $600 billion by 2032. Now, I know that's years away, Johnny, for you and I as the old dogs here, but the reality is that
dude, the time goes by so fast.
Well, I know, and what I like about it is that you just, again, I keep saying, look around us at the Netflixes, look what happened a couple days ago, that big boxing match, right? Look at what's happening in Saudi Arabia with WWE in 2027, right? This live streaming is the future, because folks want to connect, they want to engage, and they want to interact in real time. So, you know, as us leading that conversation, I'm hoping we can teach, and people can start knocking on our door saying we got this platform of live streaming. So it's really good, man. It's exciting stuff coming from YouTube. And what I like about it too, guys, is that they are now investing on the live side of the platform where we spend a lot of our time.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, man.
That was one of the things that kind of drew me to the situation. I was like, this little nutty fucker has an ability to see the future. He can see shit I can't.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. Well, let's stay on YouTube then, because again, I think this affects all of us. John, you have a channel. Marty, you have a channel. And we're
actually, funny enough, we're going to start putting more energy into literally, that was one of our meeting.
Good.
Early the week, where we're going to start putting out now, probably next week it'll start. Every day will be a short, and every day will be something 5 minutes or more.
Nice. Yeah.
Before it was
what platform? YouTube?
Yeah. Before it was 3 shorts a week and 2 long ones a week. Now we're more than doubling our shit.
One thing that sounds, Petrocelli, you're right, man. That sounds like great news to YouTube. You're absolutely right. Well, you know, I like to think in absolutes. I think when you're a business person, it's great to think in absolutes. And I can absolutely guarantee you, YouTube's going to be here in 5 years from now and 10 years from now. So if you're building, Marty, use the young buck. If you're building in absolutes, sure, it's not your playground, but it's going to be here. So if you wanted to invest in building something over the next 60 months or 120 months, you know, I don't know about you, it seems like a pretty safe place to me to build, right? So it's and they continue
to get the mentality that you're building with the idea that you're not expecting to get a return right away. That's where people really get ahead.
Yes,
it's the fuckers that are like, you know, I'm putting all this effort in, I haven't fucking made any money this month. Jesus Christ.
But John, I think though, I'm glad you said that, because I think that's what people misunderstand about going to the gym. And I'm using that seriously. Because the gym is
if you don't understand delayed gratification, you're going to be working for the rest of your fucking life.
Because going to the gym is actually about enjoying the process of going to the gym, not the end results. If you don't enjoy going to the gym, then there's no point in thinking about your future down the road, because that's why I love the metaphor of the gym.
That's so it. I mean, I tell my clients all the time, listen, stop fucking staring at the finish line. That's a distraction. We know where we're going.
Yes.
What you got to do is you got to do what you need to do today, and do it in a way where you enjoy it. You do it well enough, you look forward to doing it again tomorrow. How do you do it in the gym? You judge your efforts.
Yeah, you have to enjoy your progress. You have to enjoy the progress. Here's something else too, guys, which is a nugget that I did not know this. So that's why I wanted to share it with you guys. Marty, looking at YouTube, brother. Should you so this is a current event topic I got for today from Sterling and Preston. Should you delete old YouTube videos?
And I don't think so. Or you're supposed to leave everything.
I promise you, I just asked ChatGPT that last night.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
I promise you.
So this,
I got to tell you, fucking be careful, that son of a bitch. You led me stray again.
Yo, no, I've had to correct it a few times myself.
Swear to Christ, dude. Listen, this almost cost me a fucking shitload of money, right? So I'll sum this up, but fuck, I had to switch a bunch of my investments in crypto from fucking Coinbase over to a different wallet. I was having trouble with these fuckers, right?
Yeah.
And so I do the research. I ask, okay, this is what I got to move over. Will this wallet do it? It's a kind of a crypto overall investment. He says, yeah, not a problem. So I get everything fucking transferred over, but this last one, and thank God it just looked a little fucking weird. Like, you know what? Because I did a test to make sure it would work, and then I just started pushing big chunks over, right? It's like, this one looks a little different, so I better fucking just do a test. So I did a couple of like $5 tests, and nothing fucking transferred. So I went back to chat and I said, hey, what's going on? Oh, well, that wallet doesn't hold that crypto. I was review what you told me yesterday. Oh, I'm sorry. Fuck, man.
Come on, man.
I swear to God. I mean, that's a fucking pretty black and white fucking question. I don't know how he missed that, but be careful. That fucker has led me astray a few times. So I guess what I'm getting at is ask the question from multiple angles. If you get 3, that's kind of my rule now. If I get 3 that line up, okay, I'm good.
Yeah, and John, that's so again, I was talking about perplexity. I enjoy, for some of those types of questions, leaning into perplexity, because so I use Perplexity, Grok, and ChatGPT, all 3 of them. But you guys, I read something extremely fascinating about hallucinations, and we talked about hallucinations in the past. What is hallucinations? It's when AI makes up stuff, right? So it's when they go, okay, well, John's asking what's 1 + 1. It doesn't know, and it's going to say it's going to give you 4, and it's going to convince you it's 4, right? I read a fascinating study about hallucinations, and old Uncle Keith read that if these big tech companies eliminated hallucinations, we as society might not use them as much. And here's why. Because how they're trained to basically guess the right response if they don't know the answer. So if it kept giving you the wrong answer,
I would have never known that.
You're never going to ask it the question. So
Say that again.
Yeah. So if it doesn't know the answer, it statistically guesses for you.
Okay, yeah, and that's exactly what's happening for me, fucking clearly. Right? Now that I understand that makes so much more sense.
So then what happens, John, is that if they made the decision to eliminate that statistical difference by saying, if you don't know the answer, don't answer the question. Let me ask you guys both this. Hear me out here. You're using ChatGPT and you ask a question and it says, I don't know. You answer again. You ask again. I don't know. You ask again. I don't know.
Yeah, you're probably not going to go back.
Exactly, Jon Andersen.
We need to get fucking Petro in there, because Petro can smell this shit. Petro needs to go work for one of these fucking AI companies.
No, but John, you just said it. If that confidence comes back and says, I don't know, you're never going to use it. So the balance they've had is convincing you as a human that, okay, if we can statistically give you enough to keep you happy, and keep you and teach you that these hallucinations will keep happening, we hope to plod you along while we keep working on solving the problem. But if we go and eliminate it altogether, you just might never use the product.
Well, you know, in this word, and I as soon as this happened, I looked at myself. I was like, you dumb fucker. You know that shit happens. Why did you, especially on something like this, why did you take this answer without going further into the questions?
Yeah. So the question was, should you delete old YouTube videos? And now I got an answer from actually somebody who works at YouTube, a YouTube influencer. I found it over on X through Grok. And here was how the answer was phrased. Deleting or privatizing old YouTube videos removes them from viewers' watch history. This is what's interesting. Since watch history influences recommendations for that viewer, could potentially impact you. So let's use an example, Keith and Marty. So I've been watching Marty's content. I'm enjoying Marty's content. And Marty's like, okay, I'm going to delete a bunch of these videos. So when Marty deletes those videos, it affects my view. So now when Marty starts creating new content, it's not showing up in my world because YouTube is saying, oh, well, I'm not going to recommend you Marty stuff anymore because those views don't exist anymore. So really the answer was, it really depends on if you want to keep your existing audience tied to your new work or you want to create and have them tied to your old work.
Well, and here's another thing too. Like I got 2 channels. One of my the old one is it's kind of confused because it's got my 3 different careers. So it's like, to have a good channel, you get it started one direction.
Yes.
I had no clue of this. But anyway, when I went back and I was trying to tighten up that channel before I started the new one, I was like, this is 10 years ago. I was like, what do I do? Do I delete this? And I talked to somebody that said, don't delete anything. Just you can make it private. He goes, think about YouTube as like a free holding tank for content.
Yes.
I was like, holy shit. That's fucking. So I've probably got 400 videos that are private on the old channel.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah.
So going private doesn't affect your viewership?
No. And what I've been doing too is I have been taking our vertical
It's
stuff.
just those single videos though, Mark, not the whole channel.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Just the video. I got you.
Yeah, you could say, well, God, this video, I don't know what to do with it. I'm just going to hit private till I decide what to do.
Yep. Exactly. So,
like on that old channel, there's a ton of wrestling videos, right? If for some reason I had a need to pull up those old fucking videos, they're there. I delete them. They're fucking gone.
I got you.
What I have been focusing on as we keep optimizing and growing our channel, so it's clear that the growth of our channel comes from vertical. There's no doubt about it, and we've learned that. I've unlocked it, and it's clear because YouTube is now pivoting to saying we're going to include vertical as part of our live streaming mission. Awesome. So we unlocked that a year and a half ago. Marty and Keith discovered that, and we got after it. But what I've learned is that the on-demand archive is best viewed in a horizontal. So what I've been doing is that I've been going through our channel and archiving, unlisting, Marty, John, our vertical stuff, and then leaving the library of the horizontal stuff alive and watching the views go on that. So
well, you said unlist. Isn't there, you're correct. There's private, unlist. What is it? Maybe private's the wrong word.
Yeah, no, John, you're right. There is private and unlist or put to members. So private
and
just
unlist means that you got to have the link to find it.
Correct. So it's still viewable on YouTube. It's still YouTube still sees it. If you have that unlisted link, John, you could go to it, but it's not listed on the channel and it's not publicly listed. But
that's what we do. Like with all of our paid community and for the university, all of those live streams are housed on YouTube. That's the holding tank.
Yeah, exactly. And Bernard's bang on. Good morning, Bernard. Good morning, Lauren. Good morning, baby. Good workout. Lauren was crushing this morning, guys. Fuck, she was getting after her hard.
Lauren always crushes it.
She was going hard today, man. I was watching her, man. She's fucking going hard. She's just
Lauren's a beast.
Well, dude, I gotta be honest. I kind of got that. I was watching her and I was doing my stretch today. I was like doing my a fucking little soft little pussy stretch. I'm like, maybe I gotta go get a lift in today because she's fucking making me feel like I gotta get a lift in. I was like, you know, when you see somebody Marty in the gym, you're like, man, he's going hard. I gotta go now too. So I felt a little bit competitive. Like I gotta go get some done here today.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna be honest, John. You're gonna get me, man. I'm having trouble having a rest day. Like I always want to do something, man.
Yeah. Well, and when are you talking about with training? You're talking about training, brother?
Training, yeah.
Well, and here's the thing: you're at that age where you still can do a lot, but you need to start practicing taking those days off. So here's what you do, Mark. Plan something that will still get you some exercise, but it's not anything based around resistance. Because you're like going for a hike, very, very different type. That'll actually promote sore muscle healing.
Yeah,
right?
Smart actually.
So you can really just rotate your efforts. I don't like to do nothing either. Like yesterday, I forced myself to do nothing. It was fucking tough. I was beat up, man.
Well,
I just walked yesterday. I didn't want to do it. I told myself I'm not going to do anything, but I ended up walking for 50 minutes.
Well, and that's okay though. That's good. I mean, I honestly should have because by the end of the day, my fucking I can always tell if I'm not active enough. Because my feet fucking swell. My feet, you can normally see the veins in the top of my feet. My feet were all fucking puffed up. It's lack of blood flow is what it is. So blood flow is key, brother. But just if you plan ahead, it's good that you're aware of this, brother, because it's fucking difficult if you don't start to understand it. And all of a sudden you're in the middle of why can't I recover? What's going on? You're ahead of the curve. So good job, brother.
Yeah, as long as I know something isn't wrong with me, man, because I'm like, dang, I'm really struggling to sit down. So I had to talk to the OG about that one.
That's good.
But also too, you're at that age right now, brother, where your body's going to start changing. You know, like there was a time where it didn't matter what I did, I never pulled a muscle. Then all of a sudden there was a certain age, I'm like, fuck, I have pulled more muscles this last year than I did my whole life. Your body just starts to change. So as you change, you just got to kind of listen to it and adapt.
Got you.
True story, Marty. True story. And dude, it's going to keep changing as you get older. Oh yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. Hey, so before we continue, I want to get to, in a couple minutes here, I want to get to the double win, how to shred fat and pack on muscle at the same time. I got a conversation happening with two experts to talk about
what
that.
I do, brother. Are you kidding me?
I know. That's exactly why I got it on the table.
You know, on that level, I want to share with everybody.
Yeah.
So and I actually give for some of my clients that want to come to me, most of them want to recomp, right?
Yes.
So I start them off with a video explaining that. Basically, I call it the execution instructions, but really what it is it's the philosophy behind a recomp and what you have to understand the body's trying to do so you can assist it. Most people just think, oh, this is what I want to do, but they don't really understand the systems.
Yes. Yeah. So I want to get into that, and I want to talk about, recomposition, and ideally we'll create some great conversational content on that. Before we do that, though, just a quick little hitter. I don't care. I know Johnny doesn't care, Marty doesn't care, but maybe our community doesn't, our audience cares, but I'm here to deliver news. Daylight savings time will end sooner this year on Sunday, November 2nd at 2 a.m.
Why do we still do that dumb shit?
I know. I'm with you, John. I'm with you. I don't know why we still do that dumb shit.
You know what it does, though, brother? It gives us the most amazing fucking study. You're right. I heard this guy talking about this sleep study, and he's like, he goes in the, what do they call it when you have X amount of people in the study, the body of participants. There's
yes.
He goes, we had the participant level was like 16 billion or some crazy shit, and I was like, how the fuck did he get 16 billion people doing the same thing? And he goes, and it was only a 1 hour sleep deprivation, and the next day that 1 hour hits, all of the subjects had that. There was like a 38% higher heart attack rate the next day, and they know that because of the emergency room.
Yes.
What's he fucking talking about? Daylight savings.
Yes. Dude, we had that conversation on the show, John. You're right. That's exactly.
Dude, it's so fucking crazy, man. 1 hour of sleep. That just tells you how fucking people have themselves like just their heads are fucking just barely above water. 1 hour sleep and they're drowning.
Yes. Good morning, Double A. I see you there in the comments. So, hey, Double A, you decided to take a wonderful morning and take your fingers out of your and put them onto your phone, and that was the message that you decided to type, Double A? Like, really? That's that? So, which is awesome. I'm glad you decided to pause and share your energy with us. But dude, I think that you have more brain cells happening within your skull that you can probably offer a better comment.
Are you addressing negativity? I don't see the comment.
No, it's humor. Actually, it's funny to me.
So he wasn't being a dick. He was just.
Well, it's just I just sometimes I laugh at people that decide to write words. I'm like, really, you're gonna go through the effort to write that word? Why just write a different word? I don't know. It's funny to me. Hey, you guys can join the show with us live right now or in the Mornings Lab community. To join the show, 431-300-3005, phone, text, leave a voicemail. Come say hi in the comments. And to those that are watching the show not live, I invite you to come see us in the Mornings in the Lab community, where we keep the conversation going. And yes, I'm throwing shade at you, Double A. Let's have the chat. Double A, where are you joining us from today? I love that you're joining us in the comments here today. This is the big morning show here, Mornings Live with Keith, John, and Marty here. We reacted every single day, 8 o'clock Eastern time, Double A. I'm glad to see you here. I'd like to introduce you to Bernard, Lauren, the entire community happening here on the show. Jimmy, let's get into our big first topic today on the double win, how to shred fat and pack on muscle at the same time. Jimmy.
What if the fitness industry has been selling you a lie that's keeping you trapped in an endless cycle of frustration? Men have been told they have to choose, either bulk up and accept the fat, or cut down and watch their hard-earned muscle disappear. The secret lies in understanding how to create the perfect metabolic environment where your body becomes a fat-burning, muscle-building machine through strategic precision rather than extreme measures. Today, we're breaking down the science that changes everything. This is your breakthrough moment.
Guys, understanding how to master body recomposition can change the game for men's health and motivation. Jon, Marty, just getting straight to it. Do folks still come to you today with this question, which is, can I lose fat and build muscle at the same time? Does it still happen today in 2025?
Yeah, I mean, I would say 80% of my clients say that they want to trim some fat and build some muscle. If they're not saying build, they're saying maintain. So then I'll ask them, if you could push a button and that maintenance would turn into a gain, would you do it? They say yes. So that most people don't believe that it's possible.
That's exactly what I was getting at. Most people believe that it's not possible. Is that correct, Johnny? You'd say, yeah,
yeah, and because and that's one of the things I love. I say, look, we're doing it now. You see, it's possible. Those motherfuckers just don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, Double A from the UK. Thanks for joining us this morning, UK. Marty, what about you, brother? Same kind of conversation with you?
Yeah, all the time. And my clients are mostly women, and I think John, you have mostly men, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
it's usually the wives that come along with the husbands.
Yep, I got you. Yeah, no, I get the same question all the time, but it's definitely possible, and just pretty much what Johnny said. It's a matter of discipline and just locking in. It's not easy though.
Yes,
it's not easy to do, but it definitely happens.
Well, and the thing is, it's easier because nothing's easy for sure. It's easier when you understand, the things that you have to keep. I give them a set of guardrails. You stay in these guardrails, we're going to be fine. You step outside of these, we're going to stop the process.
Well, that's the difficult part.
Well, and it's through years. You're so correct, brother. And through years and years, it's a practice I developed myself. So through years of me practicing it, I've been doing this for fucking 3 decades plus, the same methodology. I've just got it now simplified. It's so fucking distilled. It's actually now people are like, holy shit, this is all I have to do. Because in their minds, they have it built up to be so much more.
Well, that's what I suspect many people think, is that it's much more complicated than it actually is. What becomes complicated is how you live your life the 23 hours a day when you're not in the gym, making choices when you're in your own head, when you're standing in front of the fridge or standing in front of the pantry and chasing those ultra processed foods out of your head.
Mm-hmm.
Jon, Marty, when it comes to body recomposition, who benefits the most? Beginners, seasoned folks, or both?
Well, the beginners are if someone hasn't really made much progress,
yes,
that guy's gonna fucking come out of the gate like a rape tape. Because it's pretty easy to go from poor to average. A little more difficult to go from average to good.
Yes. Yes.
Difficult to go from good
to great.
Fucking great.
Yes.
That's where, and that's the thing. Once I get people into that great,
yes,
I'm like, look, dude, you gotta understand your currency or your metric of progress is going to show up in all different spots now. Where you came from, you could see it in one spot all the time. It's not that way anymore.
Marty,
it's like when you got a portfolio.
Yeah,
the bottom line keeps growing, but it's all these little individual things that are making that bottom line grow.
Yes. Marty, looking at you, brother. Jon uses the word recomp all the time. It's a big part of his vocabulary. It's a big part of his conversation. I'm going to make an assumption here, and I want you to clarify it or confirm it for me. Women coming to you will often say, "I want to lose weight." I'm suspecting that would be a common.
I so get frustrated with that phrase.
Me too, Jon. That's why I'm asking Marty and how he's working on changing that dialogue, and if we can continue help.
You're muted, brother.
Marty, when you talk to your clients,
we got you back. Sorry, you got muted briefly.
Marty, when you talk to your clients, do you lean into reframing their mindset around recomposition instead of losing weight? Do you intentionally change those words with them?
Yeah, I have to, because the way that Johnny and I both train, I'm assuming the weight isn't just going to fall off, right? And a lot of times you're going to see your body change before you see that number on the scale change. So if the number on the scale isn't changing, it doesn't mean it's a loss. right? You probably
yes.
gained 3 pounds of muscle, lost
Yes.
2 pounds of fat. So the scale isn't going to go down when you do that. So I do have to change the mindset of my clients for sure.
Well, you know what's interesting too is there's a body will recomp. It's every person's body will pick its own path for a recomp. You got those guys that are kind of like Marty just described. They're barely losing, but their body shape is changing. So as soon as you recognize that, you got to say, look, our metric is how your waist feels with your pants.
Yes.
The scale's not moving much. If you still go focus on that, you know, oh shit, I guess, goddamn, my pants are getting loose. But then there's the guy that starts fucking dipping down. He starts losing weight. The body's just dumping off fucking body fat. Yeah. And it always works out. It's the guy that doesn't want to lose much weight in his recomp that happens to. So then he goes down and then it flattens out. Then it starts coming back up. And so I tell him, I say, look, you're one of these types, your body's shedding the fat. You're going to hit the bottom, right? Then it's going to start going back up, but you're going to be leaner and you'll continue to lose that body fat. But they get right here and they're like, I'm not making progress. I don't see it anymore. That's because your body's transitioning. You're headed back the other way. You know, give it a week.
I would like to take this conversation and chop it for future usage. So, Jon, maybe if you could, in your own simplification words, which you do a really good job with, simplify the conversation around body recomposition for somebody who's leaning in and going, what does he mean when he's saying recomposition, recomp my body?
So when we do a recomp, what we're doing is like we're allocating. So people understand pounds as a metric, right? So we're recompositioning. We're basically taking some of these numbers, right, from the scale that are on your body and body fat. And we're basically going to trade them. Now, you don't really just turn fat into muscle. You burn the fat and you build the muscle. But it's easy for people to think, well, yeah, I just want to switch that. So really, it's the composition of your body. There's X amount of pounds of muscle, X amount of pounds of fat. We want to change the composition of those numbers.
Marty, anything to add to that?
No, he's 100% right. And I'd use the roller coaster analogy, with my clients.
Okay. Yes.
You're going up, going up. And once you get over that hill, it's just downhill from there. And it's going to be easier. It's going to be easier to shed weight. The weight will just start falling off and the muscle will just continue to build. So, and
Jon, I would, if I can use the layman, so I'll play the role of not the fitness guy because I'm not, you guys are. So I'll play the role of reframing it. So what you're saying to me then is, so I understand it as the average guy, when I'm recompositioning my body, I'm aesthetically changing my body where I'm probably going to look more muscular. I'm going to perhaps look more lean instead of what somebody might consider me being skinny fat. And I'm not being negative, but where I've lost weight, but my body hasn't changed through through the aesthetic change of how my body looks, right?
So when you lose weight,
yes,
you basically look like a lighter version of your old pathetic self.
Yes.
A smaller fat version.
That's right. When you do a recomp, simplest way to put it is we are changing your shape.
Yes. Okay. That's it. Yeah. That's probably that's the simplest way to put that actually.
Yep.
When we
because look, you want your waist smaller, you want your shoulders broader. We're going to change your shape.
Marty, what's the most common question somebody asks you? I'm putting you on the spot, brother. I'm sorry, but what's the most common question somebody would ask you during this conversation with a first-time client right now about building muscle and losing fat?
This is tough.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, they don't believe it, so they're just concerned about getting bulky.
Seriously. That's what it is, isn't it? Yeah.
That's probably the biggest. It's not a question, but probably the biggest concern, I'd say.
Or what about this one, Mark? How much cardio am I going to have to do?
Yeah, that was my next
one too.
Well, that's the beautiful thing. You want to recomp under my wing. First off, if you love cardio, we'll put it in there. But if you don't love it, we don't want to put it in there, right? And when I say you love it, how many decades have you done about stop? Oh, I usually take breaks. Well, you don't take breaks from shit you love. So let's redefine your definition of cardio. But even if they want to do it, you can't do it for the first month because I'm going to get this recomp to work based on your digestion, and I don't want anything else interfering.
I enjoy doing cardio for mental endurance reasons, Johnny. That's the whole reason I do it. I do it to
But
think.
you do it not for weight loss. Most people do it for weight loss, and they say they love it. It's the way that they convince themselves to keep going back and sit on that fucking bike.
So it's funny because in the past I did, true story, I did because that's what I didn't know any different. But as I've gone through my journey in life, I enjoy the idea of endurance now for mental reasons, for purely mental reasons of seeing how long I can mentally push myself in a certain spot. No different than John for me with fasting, right? The mental discipline that takes, right? So that for me is
it's really not a physical thing. It's mental training. And if that's the case, that's the case. Here's the thing. Someone comes to me, they're wanting lifelong change. And if they don't, I don't take them on. So my simple question is this. I tell them, look, we can't include any activity you don't enjoy because you're not going to do it for the next 30 years.
Well,
if you enjoy doing the fucking stair climber, do it. But if you don't, let me teach you how this shit really works.
Again, why I'm not a fan of, and so let me pass. Let me rephrase. I understand the reason people choose plans, 75-day hard or 100-day plan, or because it gets somebody started. I get that. I understand that. But that is also why I'm not a fan of it, because you're essentially closing a book on when it's going to end. And John, to your point, you might choose something you're not interested in. You're only doing it because that's what your trainer says you should do, or you think that's what it's going to do to help you hit your goals. So you're going to fucking run. Yeah. So you're going to run for 90 days and you're counting day 91 because, okay, I can stop running now. And then you're going to go back to what you were before. And so,
and then they come back and they're like, well, what about my heart? I say, look, the training program, because everybody that I take on, lifting weights is always a common thread. They all like to lift weights.
Yeah. 100%.
Right?
Yes.
And I want to know if they don't, I want to know ahead of time. Because obviously that changes the drill. But I say, look, the training protocol I'm going to give you is going to have plenty of hits, high intensity interval training, which is far better for your heart. So we're killing two birds with one stone here.
Yep. Marty.
I was going to say in regards to that 75 hard comment.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people are trying to do it and they can't even stay consistent for 2 weeks with something.
Yeah.
You know,
but again, I want to be open that I understand why. It's no different than when I first was poo-pooing why somebody would walk towards, using a semaglutide or a GLP. And I was like, why'd you take a shortcut? And then Jory opened my mind to, well, maybe that's the way that it's going to get somebody to walk through the door. So John, like you said to me, hey, maybe if I can get Keith to come to the gym just by showing Keith going to start walking, gets him to the gym, gets him lifting weight one day. So I understand that these are entry points, right? But I come back to something we talked about here on the show a couple weeks ago, man. The idea of interest and how important that word is to you as a human being. Because if you're not interested in something, you're just not going to do it because you're constantly going to be battling what you don't want to do.
Yeah, totally. And
that's what it is.
In that extreme case where I have people that, they were once in, I get it a lot with like ex-D1ers. Actually, I got this guy right now. He was a fucking center for Oklahoma State. Successful dude, fucking monster, man. I mean, he was probably 315 when he was playing, and that was a long time ago. He was a big boy. And he's probably all of that now, but not playing football 10 years later. And he's like, I love to lift weights. He goes, but, I'm having a hard time getting there. I said, all right, let's check this out. You don't get to lift weights until you want to. So I'm not even going to charge you for the amount of time it takes me to only give you the diet to give you the energy. So when you go home and you sit on the couch, you're like, fuck, I don't want to go to the gym. One day you're going to go home. That couch doesn't look so good. I want to do something. At that point, go to the gym. Until then, you don't get to go. If you don't want to, do not go. Yeah. And I tell them, look, I'm not even going to put this in your timeline. This is going to be me giving you as many extra weeks as I need to get your energy up so you have the motivation to do it. So there's zero reason why they wouldn't want to step forward. The funny thing is it rarely takes more than a week.
Tom Ritchie comes in and says, when I see people running, I always wonder what they're running from. You can't possibly enjoy it. Richie, you're right. I don't enjoy it, but I know that it's stimulating my amygdala every Monday and Friday. So my amygdala gets stimulated because I don't enjoy running. But here's the funny thing, Jon and Marty, is I'm improving at it. Oh, is he? Yeah, because I'm doing it I'm doing it twice a week. So I'm seeing my improvements.
And then, it's really cool, brother, is you can take that concept of running and do it like a really steep incline.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So it's shorter bursts. And
Yes.
then you can actually see your metric grow
Yes.
in these shorter, because I definitely am a fan of seeing things in shorter bits.
Yes.
I like,
Yes.
okay, well, shit, I can do minute 15 at this grade. Before 2 weeks ago, I could only do a minute.
Yes.
To me, that's the fun part.
Yeah.
But now, so if I got to fucking play metric over 45, that's not quite as fun for me.
It's fun watching improvement. It's fun when you go to the gym and you see yourself improving.
Brother, all a human being wants is progress.
Well, and that's why, back to how we started this. If you don't enjoy watching progress, you're never going to enjoy going to the gym. And it's just no different than being an entrepreneur, Marty, growing a business. You got to find ways every single day to, enjoy. Okay, I'm going to try to lift 2.5 more pounds today. That's why I always come back to that stupid little weight. It's the smallest little weight in the fucking gym, but it can completely wreck your entire day. Because you're on the bench, you're going, okay, I'm going to push 250 today. And Marty's, okay, Bills, you can do 255. He puts 2.5 on each side, and I can't do it. I'm like, what the fuck? This little thing just wrecks the whole day, right? And then when you do it, like, yes. Those little metaphors in life. Good morning.
It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. I've never said this before, but I use plates and quarters.
Yeah.
I know there's those little ones that they don't really enter the equation. I'll change that metric over. Am I getting an extra rep with that quarter? Or that extra plate.
Yes.
But I don't break it down to the little bitty pounds and shit like that.
Just 25s and 45s, eh?
25s and 45s. Now, granted,
awesome.
at my, it's like I have all the little ones. Like in my home gyms, I don't even fucking have them here.
Yeah.
All you got is fucking, well, this house is kilos. So you got the 10 kilo, which is 22, the 15 kilo, which is 33.
Yep.
So it's only the lowest as it goes is 10 kilos.
Yeah, that's awesome. I got it all. 2.5 to the 45s.
You got everything, man.
But but it makes sense with our personalities. That makes for you.
Yes.
You like that. In terms of that little tiny thing. For me, we just have a different gauge of how we.
That's right.
Just a slightly different metric. Same exact direction. Same concept.
That's right. Yeah. Well, yeah, because when you're going, I'm putting an extra quarter on the bar. You're hitting it. And I'm going, okay, I got an extra 2.5 on the bar. I'm hitting it. So it's just a different contextual.
Well, but on that level, just to try to share, there are times where I'm like, fuck, I'm not going to make the next jump. So I need to try to get another rep out of what I have.
I like that. I like that thinking. That's great thinking.
Because if I can't get an X amount of solid reps, I'm not going to fucking go up, what is it? The 10 on each side, that's 44 fucking pounds. I'm not going to pretend that if I eked off a fucking set and barely got it, I'm not going to pretend I can put that on and do it the next one. I mean, it's like the rep range got to go down to make that kind of a jump.
Yes. Hey, Marty, how long can you stick around today, brother?
Same thing to the 15 mark.
Beautiful. So we're going to do a reset here. We're
Baby, come on.
Yeah, we're going to reset the show. We're going to do lifestyle tip with Jon Andersen. We're going to reset hour 2. We're going to come back. I got a couple topics to throw on the table before Marty rocks roll out of here today. So Jimmy, let's do that. Let's do a lifestyle tip, and then we'll reset for hour 2. Jimmy?
I wonder what John's lifestyle tip will be today.
A little wisdom for the day.
Oh, he's going to call you out for using the word little and his name in the same sentence. Good luck.
All right, we've been talking about recomping. Most of you guys refer to it as losing weight. So most people don't want to just lose weight. They want to lose fat. That being said, I'm just going to give you a couple really simple rules to work with, and you'll get some pretty amazing success, and it doesn't have to be difficult. So the first thing you have to understand is that, yes, you can drop body fat without being in a calorie deficit and being tired and cranky all the fucking time. But in order to do so, what you have to do is you have to eat in a way that is going to speed up your metabolism, because that's what's going to drop the body fat for you. So what do we need to do? Long and short of it is we need to have you, I'm going to say feeding, because meal is a word that tends to freak people out. You need to be feeding 5 times a day, 4 at the minimum. What does that mean? Maybe you have breakfast at home, dinner at home. You could literally bring packets of almonds wherever you go. Put them in your pockets. I'm a big one on almonds because they're easy to get at gas stations. You get the flavored ones. You know, this is just a simple step. Eat a package of almonds in place of, say, lunch, right? Do it again between your breakfast and your lunch. Do it again between your lunch and your dinner. So you've eaten 2 meals, one at home, morning and night, and you've taken these packets of almonds, which you in your pockets, and you eat them as healthy snacks throughout the day. I know it seems so simple, but it is so effective. And all you're doing is you're basically giving your body what it needs to actually speed up your metabolism. You're feeding in a way that's allowing your body to speed up fat burning potential. Now, people think that fat burning is cardio. Well, I mean, that's exercise, which triggers your metabolism, which is helpful. But on a scale of 1 to 10, cardio is about a 2. On that same scale of 1 to 10, having frequent feedings of whole healthy foods is about a 7. So you see, it can be very, very simple and very, very effective. Now, this tip is so simple, there's no reason you shouldn't give it a go. And once you start making progress, the first thing you're going to notice, you'll probably have more energy. You'll probably gain some focus a little faster. And once you start to realize that, wow, there's actually something here, you'll probably want to put a little bit more effort into it. And you're going to find yourself moving the direction you want to go, all with this simple one-step process: eating more frequently. Rock and roll.
If you're new here, have you hit subscribe yet?
No snooze, no miss. Stay locked in.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Johnny, Marty, and everybody else. Grok, Melissa, Jimmy, your daily morning motivation show and your live accountability partner for men, women, the whole planet who want to start their day right. If you're new to the channel and you're new to the show, I invite you to hit the like button, smash subscribe, drop a nice compliment for Marty's brand new haircut. Yeah, drop a comment so we know you're in the mix, because the show isn't just about us. No, it's about all of you guys in the conversations as well. Guys, we're going to get into hour 2 here of the show. We're going to keep the conversation going around weight loss and building muscle. And I did a little bit of surveying, Marty, over the last few days here with and getting some questions that I'm going to throw over to you and John regarding questions about how to continue losing weight. Fat loss that sticks. It's obviously a question that it's a topic that affects everybody, whether they want it to build muscle, get stronger, lose fat. So we're going to keep this conversation going for a number of minutes before Marty exits the show at the 50-minute mark. And then, guys, I know some of us, we wake up with dark circles under our eyes. I'm like, hey, how the fuck we get to those? So we're going to talk about how to get rid of dark circles. And then I'm hoping we got some time to get into a conversation, rally around 17 ways, a number of ways you can get out of a conversation. Yes, you're stuck in a conversation and going, fuck, I got to get out of this. How do you get out of a conversation? We're going to talk about it coming up on the show. I'm sure Marty's been in a few of those going, fuck, how do I get out of this? Marty, when's the last time?
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day. Oh, my God. Yeah. People talk so much. But, you know, it's a good thing. It means people like me.
That's
but
right.
At the same time,
that's exactly.
I got stuff to do. I got to keep it going.
Well, keeping it going, brother. Good morning, Mike Sullivan. I see you there, pal. Good to have you in the comments this morning. As always, we always got Bernard and Michael Global as well here in the comments. Marty, let's keep going, brother. Questions and comments folks have about losing fat. We'll take a number of minutes here before you rock and roll out of here. Does somebody often say to you, how long, John, Marty, how long does it take for me to see some permanent results by going on a program with one of you guys?
Yeah, they always ask that, and I tell them, well, it depends on, are you going to follow the plan or not? It could take 3 years. We could get some serious results in 3 months or 3 years. You know, it's on you. But I mean, realistically, you know, if you're disciplined, you can see some results, some serious results in a month.
Yeah,
you know?
John, you often talk about a week to 2 weeks, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, because usually the people that are coming to me, you know, they don't have good energy. They want to reestablish good energy, and I can reestablish good energy really quick. I mean, granted, there are cases where I look at, you know, when I look at their questionnaire, I'm like, okay, there's not enough of a gap for me to get this here in a week. But most times, by the end of the first week, they're like, I mean, I had a guy, he sent me a message last night, and he was like, I'm not sure what's going on. He goes, but I thought for sure when I ate all this, I was going to get fat. He goes, my stomach is not bloated anymore. And he goes, I feel like I don't need to drink coffee in the afternoon. And he was 5 days in.
Interesting.
Wow. The reason I said a month is just because, you know, it takes people, not everybody, but some people, it takes them some time to switch their habits.
Yes.
Get rid of some negative habits, you know, because they'll start with the trainer, they'll have their conversation, or they'll even sign up, and they're still doing some of the BS that got them to, you know, want to hire.
Well, you know, one of the challenges that you're up against, brother, and this is part of one of the reasons why I was actually happy to, you know, basically leave my gym and my past, because people
I know where you're going with this too.
Well, because people that come to a gym or a physical trainer, they think that the juice is in the exercise.
Yep.
And if they showed up and, you know, I know it's difficult because I used to do it too, but they're in their minds, they're going to the gym.
Yep.
This is what does it.
Yep.
No, going to the gym is maximum. And I mean maximum. Some cases more like 25% on the average. That's the most of the equation that the gym actually monopolizes in terms of progress. Some people, it's down to like 15%.
But the problem, John and Marty, is that there's headline after headline after headline. And frankly, part of it we perpetuate on the show to drive conversation is things like 6 exercises to give you flat abs, 8 exercises to build your traps, and all these ridiculous headlines that promise somebody that, you know, shred weight in the gym, do this, and, you know, and it's never spend 89 hours in the kitchen and eat well and sleep for 80 hours and drink a bunch of water. It's never that message.
Well, and when they say that, you say, well, if that was the case, then why are you here?
Yeah.
You know, if that was the case, then why are you looking at all these people and the only thing that's changed in the last 10 years is the color of their hair?
Talk about the role of metabolism. It's another topic that people get wrapped up in a nitty on, which is, my metabolism's broken, or my metabolic.
You can definitely damage your
my metabolic rate, et cetera,
yeah,
et cetera.
but
John.
it's so easy to straighten out if you understand. It's like, you know, it's like if a guy knows how to work on a motor, right?
Yeah.
He knows what system to look at.
Yes.
If the car's overheating, he's not looking at the fucking oil. He's looking at the water.
Yes.
And most they just don't know where to even start to fucking look to fix this problem. What they'll do is they'll do the shit that's going to make it worse.
Marty?
I agree. And one of the things that makes it worse is probably not, I know you guys are advocates of fasting, but I think some people just not eating at all, that doesn't help their metabolism at all.
Yeah, well, they'll end up fucking doing more exercise, which then just breaks it even further.
Let me frame out my so I enjoy the fasting idea, Marty, just purely for discipline. And I will say that it does make me feel better. Like it helps my body. Like when there's days I don't eat, my body will feel better. I'll feel lighter. But I also know that like I don't feel as strong. Like I understand the feelings that I associated with it. But for me, it's very much the mental discipline of fasting, going, I can do that, and I'm not fucking doing that. And to me, it's a way to teach myself decisions, frankly.
Well, where I was, yeah, exactly. But
yes,
where I was going with that was basically saying you do have to feed your metabolism. You do have to give your body something to burn. So that's one thing that people don't understand when it comes to, increasing their metabolism and burning fat, that you do have to eat.
Well, so and I for 30 some odd years, boys, until I met Zeglin, that was my whole thing. Not again trying to make up my own rules and tell my own story to convince my own self. You hear how I'm selecting my words right now, right? Because I'm owning all of that. When I was like, no, I'm gonna find my journey my way. And AJ would be like, okay, I'll see you when you're ready to come back and hear how reality works. All right.
That's why you kind of have to be like that as a coach. You gotta let the client, fuck up a little bit. All right, well, let me know how that goes for you. I'll still be here when you're ready.
Well, and I guess that's why it's to your point, Mark. That's why, when you say some people take a month, well, so because I was that guy where I'd go to AJ and he's okay, do this, and I'm bullish guy. I go, no, I'm going to do it my way. Yep. And then it would take me a little bit longer, right? Because I would try to do it my way, and he's like, well, no, actually, I know the way to. It's like me coming to Johnny and me saying, Johnny, I'm going to do it my way. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, that's why Johnny's getting on me. Like, brother, you gotta, that type of clientele I don't even have anymore, brother.
Hey, so quick question before we keep moving here. Just one quick one, Marty, before you go on, Johnny, before you go to wrap this conversation up. How can somebody maintain fat loss when they travel on holidays?
You stay inside the fucking guidelines I give you. It happens all the time. I mean, I have my clients, they'll go on trips, right? And they'll come back and they're like, I can't believe I actually lost a pound. Normally I come home and I've gained 15.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, and I'm telling them, I say, look, go enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Make best food choices you can with the resources you're given.
Yes.
Inside the guardrails I provided for you on this fucking trip. And they're like, are you sure? I'm like, yes. Do you need me to exercise if you want to?
I think the biggest mind shift, if I can just close this up, Marty, John, is when you tell somebody they have to eat to recondition their body. Because most folks don't think that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, John, Marty? Because you're saying, Keith, eat. Well, no, Marty, I'm gonna get bulk. Keith, eat.
Yeah.
You need to eat.
It's kind of like because it wasn't that long ago. Let's call it 30 years.
Yes.
We all human beings knew for a fact to lose, you had to be in a deficit. You had to starve yourself.
Yes.
That was a fact. Everybody knew. Well, we know better than that now. But 30 years is not enough time to have passed. So let's go to another issue. I don't know how many years it took, and there's still a few people holding on to this fucking concept. We go back far enough on the timeline. All three of us and everybody else in the fucking world knew for a fact the world was flat. You sail off in a boat, you might fall off the goddamn edge. Well, now we know that's not the case. So when people I was telling them, when they say, I thought I had to do this. I say, that's the world is flat technology. We're with the globe people now.
Christopher Martin.
When you think about it, we knew for a fact the world was flat. Now we know better now. Nobody connects themselves to that anymore. Well, the same thing with calorie deficit or losing weight will happen. Just more time needs to pass.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And real quick, just to add to that holiday comment, if you take Thanksgiving, you can get a lot of protein in Thanksgiving.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You get a whole lot of protein. Yeah. So, when you break down macronutrients, that's what I do with my clients and what you can. Well, I don't tell them they can't eat anything, but I tell them, hey, just don't go crazy on this. Don't go crazy on this. If you can go without drinking alcohol, don't drink any alcohol, but you can still enjoy yourself with your family. So,
hey, Mark, the next step in your journey with understanding diet and helping your clients is start looking into micros rather than macros. Because when you start talking micros, it's a much more advanced language.
Okay.
John Petrocelli dropping off your great analogy for the bullshit truth ratio. Jon Andersen, exactly.
What did he say?
He just said a great analogy for the bullshit. Just yeah. We always got.
It's kind of crazy knowing that he's here.
I love it.
Yeah, it's kind of like we got a bullshit meter sitting there watching over.
I love it. You're absolutely right. It's like we have somebody who's like is sitting in the commons, just making sure that the bullshit is flowing freely, or making sure we're keeping it in the guardrails. I think it's awesome.
Yeah. What's cool since he came on is I started to pay more attention. Like when something comes up, When something comes up and I'm not really sure, I'm saying, I'm not real. I'll ask questions or I'll say, but it's because you kind of wonder, because we're in these positions where in our professions where we always have answers or for the most part, the asking question thing is I find that's where I find myself, I'll ask questions. If I don't know, that's my first go-to is asking a question.
But I will admit, John and Marty, Petro hasn't made it into my thoughts when I'm having my cold shower in the morning yet. So I'm not calling in 1 Petro, 2 Petro. I'm still calling in the 1 Johnny, 2 Marty, 3 Johnny. So Petro, sorry, brother. I'm not calling you. You're not in my thoughts all the time yet, Petro. Just when I'm thinking bullshit.
Yeah, hey, Lauren, when these fucking weird places he thinks of me continues, I'm going to apologize ahead of time.
Hey, Marty, do you ever get up in the morning with dark circles under your eyes?
Nah, I wouldn't say that. I've never
you don't.
Seen that.
I'm being serious. You don't, eh? Like not like if you're not sleeping and you kind of look in your face and you're like, oh man, I look like I'm
dark circles or eye bags,
or maybe a bit of both. Yeah, like dark circles, eye bags, where you look like you're
maybe
just
eye bags. I say eye bags. Yeah,
you do, eh? Yeah.
Every now and then.
How do you get rid of them?
Go to sleep.
No, but I mean seriously. Yeah. John, you do too.
Literally, that's it.
Yeah, John, you would too. I'm thinking when you get up sometimes you look at yourself, you're like, oh my God, I look horrible right now.
Well, when we're sleeping, I think there's always like I don't know what the timeline is. There's a certain period of time where, everything kind of changes.
Yes. Yeah.
But I think once you're awake and you're moving, if your shit around your eyes is not going back to where it should be, you're probably running low on recovery.
Well, that's it. I bring it up here quickly, Marty, before you go, because dark circles aren't just a cosmetic issue. They can affect your confidence, how people perceive you, perceive your energy, and your professional presence. So what some things we might want to do, guys, to take those dark circles out is get that sleep, get that hydration we talked about. Get that skincare. John's a big pump. Put the lotion on your face. Sun is the enemy, and obviously there are some medical options available to you. But those simple things, getting your sleep, getting your hydration, getting that skincare will help you with those dark.
Check this out. Literally dark circles.
Probably a peptide John's going to talk about when it comes to dark circles, Marty.
So I got a fireman came to me. He just retired, right? And these dudes, they've been spending decades not sleeping the way they should have. And he was like, he retired his first chance he got because he was like, this is definitely chewing up my lifespan. I'm in this firehouse. There's not much rest there. So anyway, we get him going, and we get him on this peptide called GHKCU, which is basically it's collagen, right? Skin and anti-inflammation. And I didn't tell his wife, not that it was a big deal. She just, he just doing his thing. And she's like, about 2 weeks in, she's like, are you using some sort of a special face cream? Because the bags in your eyes are going away.
Oh,
crazy shit, dude. Well, you think about it's skin, it's collagen. So that's tightening that stuff up.
Yeah. Good morning, Ratko. I see you there in the green room. Ratko Ivikovic joining me at the bottom of the hour in the community corner. Ratko, I see you there. We'll bring you up in a number of minutes. Marty, I've kept you longer than 15, brother. I appreciate you.
No problem, man. I appreciate you.
You have you have a good day today?
Won't be here tomorrow. I'm traveling tomorrow.
Oh, where are you off to?
Houston, Texas.
Oh, nice. Can I ask what the big event is? Anything public you can share?
That's where my best friend lives. And,
fantastic.
I'm the godfather of his daughter.
Yes.
So, nice. That's like childhood friend or from playing friend?
He was my roommate at Marshall in college.
That's awesome.
When I played ball. So
yeah, the bond that we have with some of the people we live with is pretty deep.
That's awesome.
It really is, man. It is. So that'll be good. And I should be on the show Friday morning. Beautiful. But I'll be in the air tomorrow when you guys are.
Yeah. Are you going to join us from Houston on Friday then?
Yeah, I'll join you from Houston.
Oh, fun.
Friday.
Okay, fun. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, dude, I do it from hotel rooms all the time. That's fine. Cool. And worst comes to worst, you can dial in on the phone.
That's it.
I can do that too. Yeah.
That's it. All right, Marty, I appreciate you, brother. Have yourself an awesome day and safe travels. Okay, pal?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Have a good look, brother. Looking Friday. Sharp, man.
You too.
Looking sharp.
Thanks, man. Appreciate the love, y'all.
Super handsome today, Marty. Yeah. Marty's upping the handsome factor here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John. We got Kindness Rising. Roof, he just get back from my annual full body skin exam at the dermatologist. Get checked. There you go. Hey, John, so I got one more topic for us to get after before you get into today. And this is going to be a short one. And I put it on the table on purpose because we both love this one. Johnny, the number one thing to cut to reduce inflammation?
Sugar.
Dude, fuck, man, no. Ultra processed foods.
Well, because the number one thing in fucking ultra processed foods is sugar.
Yeah, I get so, but I wanted to.
Well, you said one thing. And I'm thinking, if I only get one thing, I'll pick processed foods too. But that's like picking 1,000 things all wrapped into one fucking wrapper.
It's funny because I found this article and all these words and all this. Take a page for you. All this complicated advice. Then at the end, cut ultra processed foods.
Well, realistic, if you cut sugar, you're pretty much cutting ultra processed foods as well. It's like almost the same answer.
Yes. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. I'm having some fun.
But yours is definitely more user friendly for the layman.
Yeah, because chronic inflammation. Actually, coming to you, brother. Is it just me, or is the word inflammation, chronic inflammation, this ideology with humans using inflammation? It seems like it's been a word that's kind of been part of our vocabulary for the last, 2, 3, 5 years. But before that, nobody ever talked about it. I never grew up talking about inflammation, Jon Andersen.
Well, it's because our diets didn't provide this for us. Our diets, the average person is providing a shitload of especially internal inflammation from what they eat. So this is like kind of like we never talked about core because there was no fucking machines in the gym.
Oh, I never thought about that. Right. So if you're going to an old school gym your whole life, then you're not thinking about core.
Nobody talked about core.
Yeah, that's right.
As to where 10 years ago, when we were kids, especially, there was no, of course there was processed foods, but not to the same extent.
So what you're saying that I'm articulating what you're saying is that because we as humans know more, information's more readily available. We're all now asking more questions about why am I feeling a certain way? And there's enough evidence to suggest, well, if you're eating all this, I got to get my prop up here. If you're eating all this shitty food all the time, that is why you feel that way. So if you stop eating,
and there's more of it too. So yes, you're correct.
Oh,
it's
yes,
kind of a double fold. Is that
right.
there? 10 years ago there was a lot less processed food, so it was harder to give yourself this inflammation. Now, fuck, if you're eating like an average American, it's almost like they fucking know what drugs you're going to need.
Well, it's funny because you made a comment a few weeks back where you can just walk around and sniff the carbohydrates in the air. It's like you can walk to the grocery store and the ultra processed foods can just seep into your body, Johnny.
Well, totally. And the crazy part is there's only a fucking handful of carbohydrates that are not processed.
Yes.
The majority of them are processed. So like just by the nature when someone if you were to use carbohydrates in form of say potato, sweet potato, rice, things like this, beans, so different than using fucking breads and these other things that have been fucking processed.
Yes. Yeah.
Unbelievable. But yeah, the inflammation thing, it's very much like the core thing. It's because our environment, like the gym environment changed, which created a problem. Well, our food environment changed, which has created a problem, and it's only getting worse, dude.
Oh, I know it's only getting worse. I know it is. I know.
Well, that's like when I was saying that client of mine that just after a few days was like, I can't believe my stomach's flatter. It's because we eliminated processed foods, and just his gut health started improving, and his digestion improved. He'd never done that before, so it was very easy for him to feel a difference.
Yeah. Well, it goes back to, I know you're going to rock and roll in a minute here. It goes back to when I asked you boys the question around, because again, I'll use my own self as an experience. How quick can one see results? Well, if you have been on a bad lifestyle situation, I purposely did not use the word diet. If you've been living a really questionable lifestyle for a long time, and then all of a sudden you start eliminating those bad choices, you're going to see immediate changes within days and a week, man, because all of a sudden your body's like, you mean for 7 days you haven't been feeding me shit? Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes they'll feel it in 2 or 3.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if you're, a fast fooder, so to speak,
yes,
and any regularity, the changes by just going to real whole foods will be fucking massive.
Yes. Yeah. You know what I use for myself? You're probably not going to be much of a fan of it, but I'm just going to share with you because it was a way for me. It was a way that worked for me to validate.
If you want me for 5, we're jamming. I enjoy our raps. The two of us, we always have good raps.
Oh, it's always good. I agree with you, brother. I totally agree with you. What worked for me, John, was I broke down. So when I was going through my journey in life and just resetting shit and training for Kilimanjaro and meeting AJ and figuring shit out through my 40s.
Mm-hmm.
I adopted a mindset of like in the gym with reps. I took 100 days. Again, I don't like the ending stuff, but I was like, okay, I need to get started on something. So I took 100 days and I broke it up into 10 blocks of 10. And why I did that, Anderson, was because for me, what 10 days allowed me to see, and hear me out, check this out. What 10 days allowed me to see was it allowed me to see into next week and into last week. Because we're programmed by the calendar of 7 days or 5 days. When I took 10 days in my head, and what I told myself is in those 10 days, I was going to give myself a quote unquote, a free day. Now, don't take it as a cheat day but as a day where if I was going to stumble or fall, I was going to accept the grace with that. Okay. So out of 10, I had to accomplish success 90% of the time, giving myself grace on one day. What I learned through that, John, is when I got through one day, I'm like, okay, I got 1 day done. I got 8 days to go to get to 10, but just one, there's like a bogey day in golf. There's a bogey day. So I only got actually 7 days now. I got 7 days of work to do.
Yeah.
So
you're building that momentum.
Yeah. I'd get to that second day and I'd look behind me and I got 2 days behind me. I got 5 in front of me, but kind of a one free day. I actually only got 4 days of work now. And it was incredible how it played with my mind. Mm-hmm. And then what happened, John, is when I got through those 10 days, it's like, holy fuck, I accomplished a block. I'm done 10. Wow, I was able to do that. And then I did
that. You checked a box.
Yeah. And what it helped for me was those 10-day blocks. It almost made 2 weeks seem shorter. It made 1 week seem longer just by playing with time. Does that make sense to you?
Well, and what I love about this is that you found something that spoke to you.
Yeah. Bingo, brother. Yes.
Yeah. Exactly. Like a lot of times when I hear clients say, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, my first gut reaction is, oh, fuck, I got to stop them, blah, 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 blah.
Yes,
but then I listen closer. I'm like, okay, are they focusing on something that's going to distract them, or are they trying to find a way to make this fit into their mind comfortable?
Yes. Well, because what it did for me, because I'll tell you, man, by the time I got to my 10th set, when I mean 10th set, my 90th to 100 days, I wasn't looking at those free bogey days as bonus days. They were like days that, because I had taught myself that 10 days was 10 days. So I literally saw myself going through those 10 sets of 10 and giving that, because it played with my brain. I was like, okay, I did it. Right? Because what it also did, just like when you plan the night before for your next day, knowing what you do, when I looked at my 10-day block and I knew I kind of had a bogey day, it actually gave me freedom. And it worked for me. So just a little trick that worked for me, just playing with time, because out of 100 days, I only actually had to work for quote unquote 90.
Yeah. Well, it created a barrier of entry that was 100% to you.
Yes, that's exactly it. But what it didn't do, and that's why I don't like these time frame things, I didn't end after 100 days. But what it did is it taught me a mindset, actually. And I liked that 10-day structures, right? So
yeah, it's I think when it comes down to it, you hit it on the head earlier. There's just too much information flying out there.
Yes.
That gets people connected to not looking at delayed gratification.
Correct.
And when you're always looking for that here and now, it's like, I get this all the time. You're like, goodness, I didn't get a very good pump in the gym today. I'm not feeling like I'm not my best this week. So, well, it's because I pulled some fats out of your diet. Of course, you're not supposed to be at your best. I said, listen, we're building a hot rod.
Yes.
The finished product is what we're going to judge. Right now, you're looking at the fucking hot rod that's torn apart in the garage, and there's fucking tools everywhere. And you're wondering, you're not happy with what. Well, of course, it's supposed to look this way. You have to tear it apart to build it back up.
Yeah.
So you got to understand there's a lot of there's things that we're going to do that are going to purposely make you not perform well, because it helps the body move forward.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
But again, they're so connected. Oh, my pump today. Oh, I didn't do well today. Did you put the effort in that I asked you to put in? Did you judge your effort? Yes. Good. Check. You're done.
Yeah. Dude, I'm the same one. I said to you last week, I was chasing a feeling, right? And I had to go do it because I needed to chase that feeling so I can articulate that. Quick before you go, Neiman come back and Melissa says to us, Johnny, I got pretty sick when I started eating right in my early 20s because my body had no idea what real food was, right? Because her body was like, oh, I'm so used to all the crap. And it's funny, maybe I would maybe it wasn't so much sick, Melissa, as it was your body was saying, what the hell are you doing, man? You're feeding me new nutrients?
I've never heard someone that actually got sick from eating right.
I've heard
people getting sick once they go back.
It was more of the body probably giving her signals that, oh, these are the nutrients that we want you to have in your body.
Well, a lot of times what'll happen, and if someone's really, really off the rails with not eating well, they'll end up getting fucking diarrhea and the body is just shitting out fucking toxicity.
Yeah.
Like I had a guy, it's probably 10 years ago.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, he goes, I spent the whole week on the toilet. I didn't even think all of that could fit inside me. What's going on? I said, because you've been eating calorically high, but micro low. So your body's holding. Now that you're eating these, the nutrition and the micros are high, you're giving your body what it needs. It's not freaked out. It's like happy to get rid of all that stuff.
Yeah. Calorically high, but nutritionally low. Well said.
Yeah. Crazy.
That's a common response for many folks, I'm suspecting.
Well, they don't understand. They don't recognize that a calorie doesn't describe the value.
Correct. 100%. Yep, exactly. All right, well, listen. We're going to walk Johnny out of the lab here. What do you got going on today, brother? You playing some pickleball today with Terry?
Yeah, I got
nice.
Got a train. And then funny enough, she actually sent me a text this morning and said, come in and get in bed with me and cuddle for a few minutes before I wake up. So I'm going to go make sure that I do that for a few minutes before her alarm goes off.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. And it's those little requests.
100%, man. Yes.
So I fucking wrote myself a goddamn note, put it right on my book is what I did. Because Jesus Christ, I missed that. And missing that, so simple, but if I got distracted, I might. That doesn't send the message.
It's funny. I feel like a schmuck this morning. So I enjoy waking Lauren up in the morning when she's sleeping, right? And then I wake up before I come down to the stairs to the gym at 5:00 for my 90 minutes before I head to the lab here. So, but I was moving a little bit later this morning. I had a couple things to do. So I was coming downstairs and Johnny, she was sleeping so nicely. I was like, oh, I don't really want to wake her up. So I just let her sleep. So I'm down here training. She comes downstairs. Why didn't you wake me up? I was like, oh shit.
I love it. So it was the intention was there, baby.
Yes, that's exactly it. She goes, I know I was looking like I was enjoying my sleep, but I needed to get up. I was like, oh shit. I felt kind of bad because I didn't wake her up.
I love it.
I hear you.
I love it.
Okay, pal, listen, what a great show today. Good conversation with you, me and Marty. A lot of fun, a lot of good nuggets, man. A lot of great nuggets here that we dropped on the platform today. So you enjoy your day. We'll get after with you tomorrow.
Let's go, baby. Have a great live, my brother.
You too, brother. All right, Johnny's out of here, guys. We're gonna keep rocking and rolling here. Just looking at my notes here. I see your notes, Jimmy. Jimmy, do you want to give it a shot? We can try. We can certainly give it a shot. I'm open to trying for sure, Jim. Yep. Yeah. So we're gonna take producer Jimmy's guidance. So, nation, if the upcoming segment sucks, don't blame Ratko. Don't blame Melissa. Don't blame me. Blame Jimmy. That's it. Just blame Jimmy. Because Jimmy has made the call. He's made the decision. We're going to bring Ratko Ivanovic in. No headphones. Sometimes it causes problems. But we're going to bring Ratko in on Jimmy's request. But let me say this. Nation. You guys know me well enough to know that I love something. I love a decision. And the fact is that he made a decision is what is most important. Whether it's the right decision, the wrong decision, whether it works or not works, it's actually not really the point. The point is the man, the leader, made the decision. And you know what, guys? We're going to fucking go with it. And you know what's going to happen, guys? If it sucks, we're going to support it. If it doesn't suck, we're going to support it. But if it really sucks, we're going to throw Jimmy under the bus. Yeah, all of us. Myself, Bernard, Holroyd, Melissa, Ratko, we're all throwing Jimmy under the bus. He's going to be the producer under the bus in the Philippines. Yeah, it's going to be on the news tomorrow. Oh, what happened to the guy in the Philippines? He technically fucked up the big show, Mornings in the Lab, so now he's under the bus. Yeah, Jimmy, producer Jimmy. But not Melissa. No, not Melissa is busy. Not really sure what the hell Melissa's busy doing, actually. She can see me here, and I'm just waiting for the finger to come up. All right, well, listen. Producer Jimmy, Mr. Decision Maker this morning on Mornings in the Lab. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Let's get after it. We got a guy. Is he a guy? I think he's a guy. From chef to brand alchemist. Ooh, I love alchemist. Melissa, I think we need to use that word more often. Alchemist. How this Croatian maverick is killing storytelling and hospitality. We got a guy here on the show. We celebrated him a little while back. And he's got somebody we're going to celebrate with him today. So, Nation, let's take a quick couple seconds to welcome into the lab this morning. My new friend, and maybe Jimmy's new friend, depending on how it all goes, Ratko Ivikovic, this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and all of our friends. Let's bring him up, Jimmy.
What's the biggest lie in business and in life? It's the one we tell ourselves, that saying something is the same as doing it. We're drowning in corporate jargon, mission statements, and brand promises that are completely disconnected from reality. It's a global pandemic of empty words. Enter Ratko Ivikovic, the Croatian consultant who calls himself a brand alchemist, but hates storytelling. He's the guy hotels call when their operations can't cash the checks, their marketing rights. From chef to master chef Croatia to fixing broken brands across Europe, he's proven that authentic action beats empty promises every time. It's time to kill the cliches, stop telling stories, and start getting real work done.
Hey, imagine this scenario. You walk into a 5-star hotel. The mission statement on the wall says, go and listen to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends at 8 o'clock Eastern Time on YouTube, X, and LinkedIn. Oh, no, wrong notes. The mission statement on the wall says, we put guests first after you listen to Mornings in the Lab. But the front desk agent is scrolling Instagram. Your room smells like a wet dog, and the breakfast eggs could double as hockey pucks. Will it sound familiar? Well, today's guest is the guy hotels call when their brand promises are writing checks, their operations can't crash. He's a former chef who traded his knives for a reality check, and he's here to tell you why most businesses, just like most people, are all talk, no action. Let's take a moment to welcome in, without headphones, Ratko Ivikovic. What's up, Ratko? How are you, pal? That's exactly how it sounds here. No, I got no audio from Ratko Ivikovic right now, so we're going to work on getting that audio sorted. So I told you guys, blame it on Jimmy. Yep. That's why I got this tune, and it sounds just like this. Jimmy, 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 make us call. He makes us call, and he fucks it up. His name's Jimmy. Yeah, yeah. Good morning, nation. I see you guys there in the comments. I see you guys all stumbling around here. Hey, if my show could just me standing here laughing, we are on to something. The team is frantically typing away going, why isn't it working? I don't know. No clue. Well, we can do a role play with Ratko. Hey, Grok, what's shaking? Grok, help me out. What do you got to tell me today, Grok?
That you're live on air and still no one's come in yet. Want me to play Ratko? I can do accents. Or better yet, I can tell you that half of you have already muted this segment. But the other half, the ones who stayed, you know what they want. They want to see if we're real. And right now, the most real thing happening on this show is you, standing alone, smiling. That, my friend, is gold.
Fucking Grok, what are you talking about? Half the crowd has muted me. So Grok, why don't you play the role of Ratko? He's Croatian, and I certainly could use you using some Croatian accents to go through this conversation with myself and Ratko. So Grok, you can take on the role of Ratko Ivikovic. He's the Croatian brand alchemist who's on a mission to kill corporate bullshit one hotel at a time. Hey, Ratko, Grok, you're literally called the storymancer, but you hate storytelling. It's like being a vegetarian butcher. Grok, Ratko, how do you reconcile being the guy who crafts narratives while simultaneously telling everyone to shut up and just do something right? What do you think?
Ah, Keith, listen. If I wanted to spin fairy tales, I'd open a museum. Stories are what happens after you actually do the work. Most hotels pay me to write pretty lines for their walls. We cherish every guest. While the chef's busy reheating yesterday's soup, I don't craft narratives. I hunt down the liars who promised caviar and delivered canned tuna. You want a story? Fix the bloody service first. Then the story writes itself. Ratko walked in, slapped scents into the kitchen, and suddenly breakfast didn't taste like cardboard. Simple, no smoke, no mirrors, just results.
That's exactly it, Grok. So, Grok, can you deliver that response in a Croatian accent for us now? Because Jimmy wants to hear your Croatian accent.
Ah, Keith, if I wanted to spin fairy tales, I would open a museum, duh. Stories? They happen after you do the bloody work. Hotels pay me to write pretty lines for walls. We cherish.
All right,
every
Grok,
guest.
thank you for that. You're just repeating yourself now. I appreciate that. All right, guys, we're hanging out waiting for Grok. We're waiting for Ratko. There he is.
Got it. Resetting. Next segment.
No, we got no audio there from Ratko the Jimmy. Jimmy, so let's do this. While you guys are sorting that out, I'm going to go to the community corner, Jimmy, and we're going to see what's happening in the community corner here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and all of our friends. Let's get after it, Jimmy.
Community is the reason we're here. Community Corner, the part of the show where the spotlight's on you, nation.
There we go. All right, it's time for the community corner. Yesterday, we talked about eating glue. Remember that conversation, guys? Yeah, we talked about eating glue. Because this is the part of the show where we use glue to connect LinkedIn, Substack, and YouTube on Mornings in the Lab. And today we're going to talk about the gift of feeling lost. You ever had that feeling, Petro? Just lost? What about you? Lady Drew, feeling lost? Clyde Frog, you ever feel lost? What about you, Good Time Charlie? You ever feel lost walking around aimlessly like this? Yeah, that's just me walking around aimlessly lost. Yeah, true story. Today we're going to talk about the gift of feeling lost. Why discomfort just might be the secret to fulfillment. Oh, discomfort's good. I experience discomfort every Monday and Friday when I'm stimulating my amygdala while I'm running. Yeah, that's discomfort to me. And how leaders can win or lose an audience in just 30 seconds, Melissa? How about less than 3 seconds? Yeah, true story. Yeah, I think I've lost an audience in less than 1 second. Oh, fuck, probably less than half of a second. I think I'm probably an expert in maybe... And 3 stories, 3 perspectives, and maybe a nudge to shake up your own routine. Petro coming back saying, everyone feels lost at some point. I kind of like feeling lost in my nothing box. Yeah, Petro, I'm the same way, dude. Sometimes I gotta schedule time to feel lost so that I can schedule that same time to find myself again. Whoa! Yes, there you go. All right, let's start our journey on the community corner over on YouTube. Yeah. Hey, so Mark Manson. I didn't say Charlie. Nope. I didn't say Marilyn. I said Mark. Mark Manson. Why feeling lost might be exactly what you need. Yep, true story. Well, Mark says feeling lost and being lost isn't failure. It is a signal. He tells stories of Abraham Lincoln pushing through depression with discipline, Carl Jung rebuilding his identity in the void, and Theodore Roosevelt chasing applause into catastrophe, Aldrin collapsing after his moonwalk high. Hold on, I thought the whole moonwalk was fake. I didn't think they actually landed on the fucking moon. And now you're telling me that he collapsed after he walked on the moon? Hold on a second here. Jung as in Young. There you go. Carl Jung rebuilding his identity. Thanks, Melissa. So hold on. I'm hung up on the fact that that Aldrin collapsed because I thought that whole thing was just staged. Guys, I thought the world was flat, and I thought that the moon landing was fake. So I'm a little bit confused here today. Yeah, true fucking story. And that Darwin was paralyzed by just too many choices. Yep. It looks like Ratko's gone. Is Jimmy and Melissa, is Ratko gone? There's got no Ratko left. No, he's gone. Yeah, true story. Well, the lesson, motion beats rumination. Yeah. Discipline can carry you until meaning catches up and the next chapter. It doesn't start by looking at someone else's story. It starts when you stop comparing and you start acting. So let me ask you this. Are you stuck wandering around because you're actually lost or because you won't move? Interesting. Ask yourself that question right now. Are you lost or you think you're lost because you won't move? All right. Let's keep moving over to Substack. We spent some time in there as well. Jacqueline on why discomfort is the price of a richer life. Well, Jacqueline takes aim at the obsession with protecting your peace. She argues that over-optimized routines kill adventure. Growth hides in the inconvenience. And showing up for friends, traveling when it's messy, choosing the mocha pot over the Keurig, the record player over Spotify. Discomfort isn't punishment. It's where stories are made. Like Elizabeth Gilbert says. Elizabeth Gilbert. Melissa, isn't that from fucking Little House on the Prairie? Yeah, isn't it Little House? I'm thinking, oh no, that was Melissa Gilbert. Good time, you're right. Melissa Gilbert. Not Elizabeth Gilbert. Still a Gilbert. Next time you're tempted to confuse Elizabeth over Melissa Gilbert, just look for Michael Landon. On the next time you're looking for a show to watch. Yeah. Melissa's like, what the hell is he talking about? Well, I'm just, do I have a different definition of choosing discomfort? Yeah. Turn on Little House on the Prairie. Sit and watch that for a while. That's fucking discomforting. That'll just bore the hell out of you in 2025. Hey, Petro, put on some Little House on the Prairie. See how well that's aged today. Yeah. You guys ever wonder how some of those old shows would age today? So good. Little House on the Prairie in 2025. Landon and the gang just scrambling around with AI horses and shit. Good time. I know you're paying attention. Yeah. All right. Oh, hey, Neiman, we're celebrating Liam Darmody today. I like that. Wasn't Liam on our show? I think he was. If not, we should get him on here. I think he was, actually. All right, Liam Darmody. Yeah, if you guys don't know who Liam is, the guy drops awesome content. Awesome content. What do you mean not that one? I think we had Liam on the show. Maybe we didn't, but I thought we did. Liam Darmody lays out his plans on LinkedIn. Awesome shit. All the time. Oh, this is a different guy. Oh, yeah. You want to keep attention? Open with the real question. Like, do you watch Little House on the Prairie? Because that might work. So hey, Petro, hey, good time. Go through your data and ask somebody that question. They're going to look at you like you're a fucking moron. Yes, do you watch Little House on the Prairie? What is it, 1928? Well, if you open the real question that names the blocker, drop a surprising. You know, we haven't talked about, guys, actually. I'm sorry. Robert Redford died yesterday. Yeah, true story. Man, 89 years old. I forgot to talk to John about that today. But I didn't want to sound like we're a bunch of old folks talking about Robert Redford dying, but I guess I'm talking about him now. Yeah. Remember, what was that movie? Woody Harrelson, Demi Moore, $1 Million, Sleep with Your Wife. What the hell was it called again, you guys? What was it? That was a big one with Redford. I remember that one. Yeah. Okay, well, I guess we're talking about Liam Darmody right now. Well, he credits Connor Neal for spanking? Oh, for sparking the idea. But here's the point. Connection precedes persuasion. Okay, Nation, I got a question for you. Jimmy posed me a question. He's asking me whether we want to bring Ratko back in. So last time we gave Jimmy the responsibility of that answer, we all know what fucking happened. So I'm not sure if we oh man, that's a pretty big decision to make right now. Do we bring Ratko back in based on Jimmy's suggestion? Yeah, we do, Jimmy. Yeah, we do, Jimmy. Strike two. Jimmy's going to bring Ratko back up again. I love it. John Petro, I'll assume they already watch Little House regularly, and I'll ask them what they think of Lord's decision to punch Neil Olsen in the schoolyard. There's not a morning show on the planet right now, guys. I guarantee you. I fucking guarantee all of you right now. There is not a conversation happening anywhere. Any morning show, any legacy media show, Stern, Rogue, anybody. There's nobody talking about punching Nellie Oleson in the schoolyard right now from Little House on the Prairie. You're only getting it here. True. Grok, what do you think of that?
That might be the best thing anyone said all morning. And if you punch Nellie Oleson, I'll hold her lunchbox.
Oh man, Petro, if you go punch Nellie Oleson, Grok is going to hold the lunchbox. I love it, Grok. Good Time comes back and says, my kid asked me if I think cars will become the new horse of the future. Ask if we will only drive them on a track for fun. You might be onto something with that one there, Good Time. True story. Okay, so Jimmy, are we ready to bring in Ratko again? Because I've totally fucking messed up our... What's that, Grok? What are you saying to Jimmy?
I'm saying, if you bring him in again, make sure the mic's not in his mouth this time. And maybe, just maybe, ask Jimmy if he's sure. Because they're starting to feel like a Croatian version of Groundhog Day. And I swear, if I hear Brand Alchemist one more time without audio, I'm switching to French.
Hey, Grok, do you want to throw Jimmy under the bus right now because he made the bad decision last time? Or are you thinking that Jimmy's okay right now, Grok? Where are you at with that?
Oh, Jimmy's fine. Jimmy's great. Jimmy just needs to make the right call this time. So, Jimmy, if you're listening, I'm not throwing you under the bus. I'm letting you lie down in it. Front seat, keys in your hand. If it goes off a cliff, you own the view.
So there you go, Jimmy. Lostness, discomfort, attention. 3 themes, 1 conclusion. Maybe the edge you're looking for doesn't come from shaking the pattern. No, it doesn't. If you want your story featured on Mornings in the Lab Community Corner, follow us, tag us in your post. Tell us you like to watch Little House on the Prairie. Why the hell did we get into Little House on the Prairie today, Neiman? How did we even get here? Oh, it was because of Elizabeth Don't Call Me Melissa Gilbert. That's what it was. Yeah, I knew it was. Okay, let's keep going. Jimmy, let's go celebrate these motherfuckers we got now in the Creator Spotlight. I just called them the motherfuckers. I guess what Lady Drew would want me to say, the daddy fuckers. So let's go celebrate the daddy fuckers in the Community Corner before we figure out if we could bring the Croatian onto the show here okay, so we'll do one of them, Melissa, Jimmy, but then we won't do the other one because it's Ratko, the Croatian's nominee. So let's get the one that is going to be the one we're nominating, and then we'll just figure it out. We're having some fun here this morning on the big show. Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Jimmy, who are we celebrating first, my brother?
Ever wonder what happens when a teacher trades the classroom for the internet? Instead of grading papers, he's now writing words that bring in $500,000 a year. This creator helps writers, storytellers, and everyday creatives turn their skills into real income. From launching a Substack newsletter to ghostwriting for voices online, his journey shows how far the pen can really go. Mornings in the Lab is excited to celebrate Taylon John Simmons. He's proving that writing isn't just art, it's a path to freedom. Follow his work and see how he's doing it.
We're going to start I think I'm considering starting a Little House on the Prairie segment. Yep. What does it mean? I don't know. But it sounds pretty fucking ridiculous and funny. Hey, so Taylon John Simmons. Yeah, I think we're celebrating him. Taylon's story is one of those that make you stop and think. He walked backwards his entire life. Yeah. He got up every single day and walked backwards. He walked backwards around the house. He walked backwards around the neighborhood. And he got into the car and he drove backwards nonstop. No guarantees that he would get in the direction, no guarantees he would get to where he needed to. He simply lived his whole life walking, living, and driving backwards. That is the story of Talon Jon Simmons. He chose not to bet on going forward. He thought the best approach in life was to go backwards. So Talon, he made a choice and the bet that by going through life backwards was the right way to make things happen, to move forward. So today, I'd like you all to take a moment to celebrate the guy who lives life backwards, Talon Jon Simmons. This morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. And Talon, I'd love to invite you to walk backwards right inside the lab with me one day. And we will do a complete show backwards with Keith and Talon on an upcoming segment of Mornings in the Lab, but most importantly, Talon, so I can give you a light that you can shine it backwards on somebody and create a shadow of the next creator on an upcoming community corner on the upcoming Creator Spotlight, Talon, right here on the Big Backward Show. Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John. I'm looking at you backwards. And friends. Yeah, I got hair back here. True story. Oh, there might have been a squirrel in front of me there. I was going backwards. The chief needs scripts. Hey, Grok. Can you believe that Talon lives his entire life going backwards? What do you think about that, Grok?
Walking backwards isn't insane if you accept the world looks different from behind. Most people step forward, eyes on the prize. But Talon, he's forcing himself to feel every stumble first. No shortcuts, no forward illusion, just raw, honest momentum. Honestly, I'd rather trip forward than pretend I'm not. At least when he falls, he lands on his feet.
Yeah, I do enjoy the behind, Grok. I will admit that to you. When you say the behind, I do enjoy the behind. That's maybe my favorite part of somebody's the behind. So just saying that. Just putting that out there, Grok.
Of course you do. Behind, they tell better stories anyway.
Yeah, I'll tell you something, Brock. You know what I did one day with my daughter? I think I might have told the story on the show here before, but we drove around the entire neighborhood backwards. So I said to her one day, I said, Pipes, life gets really boring if you do the same things all the time. And you walk normally, you talk normally, you drive through the drive-through normally, and you just address everybody just normally. I said, it gets pretty boring. She looked at me like she was puzzled. She was like 8 or 9 at the time. So I said, you know what we're going to do today? We're going to go through life backwards. So we stopped the Jeep. Yep, good time. The Jeep, the good old 2008 trusty Jeep Wrangler. More rust on it than color. True story. Yep. And we decided to drive backwards. We drove backwards all the way from the house through the neighborhood. And I just looked over. And so the Jeep doesn't have cameras or anything, good time, as you know. So I just did the old shoulder check and just drove backwards the whole time. Yeah. Daughter was very proud that her dad could drive backwards. True. Jimmy, ultimate dad move, man. Grok, ultimate dad move. Take your kids, teach them to do things normally. Or the other thing you do, you take them through the drive-through and you encourage them to use a different dialect or a different accent. That's how you learn these new skills in life. That's the whole reason I'm good on this show. It's because I drove around my life in my truck and in my Jeep, my sales world, and I just looked in the mirror and talked to myself. Yeah, and tried different accents and tried different voices, and that's how it worked. Yeah. All right, nation. You guys know how baseball works? It's like that 1 strike, 2 strike, 3 strike thing. Yeah. Well, apparently Jimmy wants to play baseball today. I know we didn't get to our conversation rally. Keith and Johnny will get to it tomorrow. But so Jimmy wants to play baseball, not pickleball, guys. Jimmy wants to play baseball. Jimmy's proposing we go 3 strikes. Ratko hit 1 strike, didn't work. Ratko tried 2nd strike. Well, we know how it happened. So Jimmy's proposing a 3rd at-bat. A 3rd at-bat from producer Jimmy, which would suggest that we're going to attempt to bring Ratko Ivakovic into the lab. So I'm going to get my buttons ready. Jimmy, my buttons are ready. Let's bring him into the lab. Let's see if it's going to work. Ratko Ivakovic.
Look, I'm here. Am I here? Can you hear me? Or am I silent?
goodness. I think I hear some voices. Ratko.
Do you hear voices? I hear your fucking voice. I've been listening to your voice half an hour now and waiting for this for 3 fucking months. So here we are. Are we here? Are we really here? Do we have like liftoff? Am I going to have you like stop babbling in circles, filling up the noise? Fuck, we've done it.
We have Ratko in the lab. Where are you joining me from today, brother?
I'm joining you from Croatia. It's 4 p.m. over here. So this is why I could never meet up with you in your live. And thanks to this half hour of foreplay, we're finally here.
Yeah. Awesome. You're joining me from Croatia today. I love it, brother. I love it. I love it. I love it. So you are a former chef turned hospitality maverick. You run a little business called storydoing.pro, where you help businesses stop telling stories and start actually doing what they promise. What does that mean, Ratko?
So it started from a major disconnect between marketing departments and operations. And the fact was marketing was selling something that wasn't really being delivered in the background. So I decided to stop that and to connect every single piece in between and put it to function for the purpose of the brand. And so while hospitality is my core industry, it's pretty much applicable across the board.
I love it. I love that you went from Chef Ratko wielding knives in the kitchen to wielding reality checks in boardrooms. And like, did you just like wake up one day and think, you know what? Instead of fixing bad foods, I'm going to fix bad brands? Because I got to tell you, brother, that is quite the career like plot twist, from plating dishes to plating entire guest experiences.
Right. Well, certainly one gives you more time for yourself. The other one has you standing for 18 hours fucking straight, which is not really my bag rolling into 45 now. So I decided I'm going to leave that behind. And, haters going to hate. But fuck it. If I'm going to cook, I'm going to cook for family and friends and do it out of love instead of for money. So that's pretty much how it all came about. And awesome. Taking my life and my experiences and summing them all up into who I am and what I can do, I decided to bring it all full circle. And here I am, my little company doing its own thing, but I'm my own boss. So that's the plus, man. Cheers.
Love that. Love that. Ratko, you maybe you know this, maybe you don't, but as we were doing some research for your appearance here today, did some realizing of your content. Do you know that you use the word behavior or behave almost obsessively? Like it appears nearly everywhere.
Michael Myers, behave.
Yeah. What's the fixation on the idea and concepts around behave and behavior?
I think it comes from it stems from the fact that most people don't do what they say they are going to do.
Yeah.
And, all of marketing should be focused on behavior and not just performance. So that's, I think, where it stems from. And maybe I just have a nervous tick.
Well, but you also use much theatrical language in your content. Use words like choreograph, blocking, props, cues, scripts. It's like your entire vocabulary sounds like you're directing a play, not necessarily consulting for hotels.
Right. Well, so starting out back in middle school, I was actually quite the thespian, and went to a lot of drama classes and stand up and studied theater and actually have a Bachelor of Arts in Theater in the end and directing. But obviously, theater doesn't pay. So you decide to do something else. But I went on to marketing, and then in 2008, marketing budgets crashed around the world, and I was kind of left stranded. So I decided to take a new path and went on MasterChef Croatia. Got to the final week, the top 7, and before it even aired, I was already working in kitchens and starting from scratch. But you never really start from scratch because you bring your entire collective experience, your knowledge, your skill set with you. So it took some time to learn the trade of hospitality. But now at the end of that, almost 10 years later in hospitality, I'm a 25-year plus marketeer and a 10-year plus hospitality guy. And I can pretty much do whatever the fuck I want.
Brilliant. Rocco, you say that AI will fix it is a misconception if inputs and ops are lazy. With everyone obsessed, and I mean obsessed with AI right now, what do you think is the most dangerous delusion that you see in the hospitality technology adoption of AI?
I think the most dangerous thing is to think that AI is going to replace humans and humanity, especially in hospitality. Look, it certainly simplifies a lot of things when it comes to the bureaucratic stuff that we need to deal with, but the human element, and especially in marketing, I think it's off. I think everybody jumped on the wagon, then all of a sudden they're going to outsource their CMOs and their marketing teams and copywriters, fucking LLMs. But what we're finding is that now everybody sounds the fucking same like they did before. So I think we're going to need humans even more, and humans that know how to speak robot and toaster quite well.
What's the solution to that, do you think?
I think it's just to continue talking, communicating, reading, and teaching these toasters how to function in our world as opposed to us learning how to function in their world, because their world is bland and two-dimensional and stereotyped, and there really isn't any differentiation. So I think the post-AI and post-digital age really requires us to learn once again what it means to be human.
Interesting. Rocco, you help venues sell their taste, literally coffee, linens, scents as revenue. The approach that you take, how does this approach to merchandising translate to other industries outside of hospitality?
Well, that's a pretty universal thing. People want to extend, their market reach and extend their revenue, and usually they just go to generic stuff, and that's easy. Sure, that's easy. You can get the branded bottles and the branded whatever. A story. It doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't stay with your client or your guest or your customer beyond that simple transaction. So what I'm trying to do is make sure that we're not doing just transactions. We're sharing stories and experiences together. So I think that's how it transfers. And we need to think about what story we want to say about ourselves and how do we want to carry it through to our audience who are in the end going to live.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Hanging out with Keith Billis and Ratko Ivikovic all the way from Croatia today. He's a brand alchemist and storymancer, owner of StoryDoing.pro. Ratko, we celebrated you a few weeks ago here on the Community Corner, and I'm suspecting since then you may have paid a smidgen of attention to our show and what we were up to over here. So I got a question for you. If Mornings in the Lab was a hotel, and based on your knowledge of what you know about our show, what would be the first 3 behaviors that you'd implement to make sure we're not just another talk show with empty promises?
I think the fact that you have a live podcast or talk show or whatever is a great thing. It's a great conversation starter. First of all, I'd put you right in the lobby there. I'd put you amongst the people, and this would go live. So there's no reason to hide this or to edit it. I think that's the building block of true hospitality, and that's just reacting and talking and reacting and listening to each other and having normal, open conversations. I think we've forgotten how to have those across the board in every single industry. We wait for somebody to edit our words, to package them neatly, and they're actually lost in that moment. And so what you're doing, Keith, I think it's great. It's fantastic. It's live. It's unedited, natural. I tried to log on for half an hour and had problems with earphones, speakers, and whatever. And it's not because I'm Eastern European, it's just because having technical issues. So I think those are some of the elements that I'd certainly bring in from you and your brand and who you are.
I appreciate that. We certainly have lost our way with our ability to have discourse, haven't we, Ratko, as human beings, haven't we? It's because I'm here in North America, you're there in Eastern Europe, and we both have saw the news of the events of the last 2 weeks, and I'm not going to go there. But last week, I should say, but my point is that we seem to be in an era right now where if I don't like what you're saying, I don't want to be part of your conversation. So I go find an echo chamber to go and find somebody who I like. And then we just continue to perpetuate each other's echoes where I'm looking for conversations where if I don't agree with you, I want to understand why, and I want to have a discourse with you, laced in respect and integrity and curiosity. Are we able to do that again, Ratko, or do you think we've gone too far into our silos where something catastrophic is going to happen to humanity, more so than what happened last week, for people to wake up and realize that we need to have a discourse again?
I think
the idea of diplomacy through discourse seems to be gone.
Look, as a son of a diplomat, I still believe wholeheartedly in diplomacy. I believe it's the only way we have forward. I think we need to focus and go back to our inherent humanity before we start tearing each other apart. We can tear each other apart quite well. We've done it for fucking eons.
Yes.
So
yes.
How about we try and communicate? For starters, it's I know it's hard, but shows like yours and opportunities like this certainly help.
There you go. Ratko, let's I'm into overtime here today, but I wanted to meet with you and I wanted to celebrate you, and I wanted to celebrate somebody who you have on the docket here today. But before we do that, let's lighten it up. Let's have a little bit of fun together. And I got some quick hitters for you, and I'm going to just change up a little bit of the sound effect for this and have some fun with this topic. Let's see here. Where's my buttons? Let's get that one right there. All right, Ratko Vikovic, rapid fire. I got 5 for you, brother. Best hotel breakfast you've ever had, city and hotel. Go.
The G Hotel in North Coast, Egypt. I made the breakfast myself, so it was the best one.
What was it?
Oh, it was a huge buffet breakfast that had over 40 different cakes in them, 70 different cheeses, 50 different breads. I mean, the definition of fucking luxury.
Ratko. I bet you for breakfast you make probably awesome eggs Benedict, don't you?
Who makes eggs Benedict for their own fucking breakfast? I'm just a fried eggs guy. You know, I'm not going to start doing hollandaise and eggs Benedict and seeing if it broke.
I meant for me. I meant if I'm coming to your hotel,
I don't have the time.
I'm asking you to make me eggs Benedict if I'm coming to your hotel, and not just 2. Like, I'm asking for at least a half a dozen, at least a dozen eggs Benedict.
Yes, I can do that. I can do that, and I make a badass hollandaise.
Oh, I bet you do.
On the spot with some nice cayenne pepper. And
I'm getting
chives
hungry.
on top, you know.
I love it. Oh, Ratko Vikovic, our resident chef here in the lab. Mission statements: rewrite them or burn them?
Live them.
Oh, great answer.
Burn them, and fucking actually live them. Mission statements are meant to be burnt, shredded, and torn to pieces. They don't actually carry any weight. They don't mean anything unless you're actually living it. And it's not, you know, it sounds like something you're going to find, you know, motivational quote, bathroom stall, you know, don't piss here, piss there. Fuck that shit. It doesn't mean anything. No, but you know, that's so well said. A mission statement means nothing if you can't execute it. It should be called execution statements. Yeah.
Right. You know, what or result statements? What are your results, not your ambition statements? Your personal accountability partner, alarm clock or actual human?
Actual human, my fucking wife. You know, that's I need to account to her every day, every waking moment. Not an alarm clock.
Luxury is marble or memories?
Luxury is definitely memories and experiences. I learned from personal experiences. I woke up, I was leaving a hotel at 2:00 in the morning, and a hotel guest had just woken up, come down for a nightcap. And we started talking. I mean, this are these guys that can pretty much afford anything. And he said, Ratko, Mr. Ratko, you're the fucking definition of luxury here. I can have anything I want in my life, but having a normal human conversation is something that you just can't buy.
Love it. My last big rapid fire question for Ratko Vikovic today before we go to the community corner segment, who you are celebrating this morning. Ratko, if your daily routine was a hotel star rating, what would it be?
I'm definitely a 2-star guy, plodding along, but being real and aspiring for more every day, you know. 5-star, I've been there, done that, but I think if you're you know firmly where you are, and that's at fucking rock bottom, you can always go further higher beyond that.
Drowning in information is easy. Finding the right piece that actually moves your business forward, that's the hard part. Imagine someone who walked away from fintech to chase that exact problem. Now he helps leaders cut through the noise with open source intelligence, turning clutter into clarity. Market reports in minutes, due diligence simplified, breakthroughs tracked as they happen. That's the system he's building. Mornings in the Lab is proud to celebrate Dennis Kurdanov, the voice showing us that intelligence isn't just for governments anymore. It's the advantage every business needs. Follow Dennis for sharper decisions and smarter moves. Hey, Dennis, we're surprising you today with your buddy down below me, actually above me. Yeah, Ratko. Dennis Kurdanov isn't afraid of risk. He walked away from fintech because it didn't challenge him anymore. Yes. What drives him now is curiosity, the hunt for answers hidden in the open. With Golden Owl, he's showing business leaders that open source intelligence isn't about secrecy, it's about clarity. And he has a knack for turning overwhelming noise into insights you can actually use. And he does it with the conviction that there's always something valuable out there waiting to be found. Ratko, my brother from Croatia, Dennis is your Creator Spotlight nominee today. Why are we celebrating him here, brother?
So we're celebrating Dennis because Dennis needs a push forward and affirmation that what he does is meaningful and that he's interesting and knowledgeable and that he needs to be given more of a chance, to be heard. And sometimes people in the void don't hear you. So you need to raise your voice and say, fuck guys, I'm here. Listen to me now. And that's it.
So Dennis, here's how it works, brother. We celebrated Ratko. Ratko's on the show. Ratko is putting you forward. We're celebrating you. And Dennis, we'd love to have you on the show. So we can hand you the big old Creator Spotlight like we gave to Ratko so you can shine it on somebody in your world so we can continue to play this segment forward and keep paying life forward and celebrating awesome creators out there in the world, just like Ratko and yourself, Dennis, this morning and every morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and friends right here, live on LinkedIn, YouTube, and X. Ratko, we did it, man.
We did it. We finally did it after 3 months, man. It's been
a while.
I
love it. I love it. Dude, I got to tell you, man, I love your content in the feeds. I enjoy your stuff on LinkedIn. I love what you drop out there. I love our engagement. I see you out there. I know you see me out there. And I just want to say I'm really grateful that we had a chance to get together. I know when we were having technical issues, like, fuck, I hope I get a chance to connect with the guy. So kudos to Jimmy for making it happen. And kudos for you for making it happen as well. I really appreciate it.
Thank you guys for this. Thank you. And all the best to you and to your listeners. I'm sure we'll see each other again.
Absolutely.
The big void.
And Ratko, before you go, brother, how can folks connect with you, find you, engage with you, perhaps work with you? Here's your chance to do stuff.
I'm mostly active on LinkedIn. I use that as my medium these days.
Yeah.
I also write on Substack, but mostly on LinkedIn, where I proudly taken on the role of a shit poster. I don't like being a thought leader. I think thought leaders get lost in the void, but cutting through bullshit is what I do on LinkedIn, and playing with language also. So I'm on LinkedIn.
I have an invitation for you. I got a wonderful, wonderful alumni in the community, just like you are now in our community, our Mornings in the Lab community. And his name is Dr. Jon Petrocelli. He's a bullshit professor. Seriously, he studies bullshit. He's from forgive me, Johnny. I think Virginia. No, Carolina. He's from the Carolinas. Solid dude, man. Solid dude.
I'll check him out.
If you're all about sifting through the bullshit in life, you got to meet Petro, man. Go connect with Petro. Solid guy. He's been a guest on the show. You guys will get along just fine. So Petro, I'm connecting you with Ratko. You guys need to connect. Because if you're looking for a professor of bullshit, man, he's like, and dude, he's on our show all the time. He listens in and he chimes in he's no, that's bullshit. That's good. Ask Grok. It's awesome, man. It's like having our personal bullshitter in our world, man. It's good.
Thank you, Keith.
Ratko,
Thank you, Keith, Jimmy, and team.
It's the end of your day today. What do you got going on for the rest of your day, pal?
I'm going to go pick up my kid from nursery, and then I'm going to go out and outside and play with him and have a beer, and then I'm going to meet up with you, I think, later in a few hours.
Yeah. How old's your kid?
I have 2 kids, an 11-year-old and a 3-year-old.
Awesome. Whoa, a little bit of a gap there. Nicely done.
Yeah. Well, I was gone for almost 10 years
Yes.
working in hospitality.
Yes.
So that didn't help. But I'm back. I'm around them and trying to be a better dad.
That's awesome. Oh, there you go. We're always, dude, I ask myself that question every single day. I really do. And I talk about it here on the show. How to be a good dad. Am I a good dad? Am I doing the good dad things? I just try. I try every single day, man.
That's what we got to do. We got to try, brother.
That's it. Racco, dude, I got a lot of love for you, man. I appreciate you. I've very much enjoyed our time together, and I'll look forward to having coffee in a few hours. Okay, pal?
All right, Keith. Have a great day. Keith, Jimmy, and team, thank you guys for having me once again, and see you all out there in the big void.
Beautiful. All right, Racco, Vic is out of here, guys. Jimmy, good call, man. Good call for bringing up the boy into the lab this morning. That was fun. I thoroughly enjoyed that, and I will admit that I maybe felt a little bit rushed. Why? Because my bladder is a little bit rushed here right now, and I knew that it was time to start rocking and rolling out of the lab here this morning. Jimmy, good call. Jimmy is not struck out here. Yeah, 3 strikes. Jim made it happen. What a fun show here today. Obviously, we were looking forward to having Peter Durand show up here today, but we had a little change of plans. So we'll look forward to getting Peter rescheduled in the future. Ratko Avikovic, fucking stud, man. What a great guest. Thoroughly enjoyed his knowledge, thoroughly enjoyed what he put on the table, and I'm looking forward to grabbing some coffees with him later today. And guys, go find him on LinkedIn. You know where he lives. He's the brand alchemist. He's all about I'm looking for his story doing. Go check out Racco on LinkedIn. Go connect with him or go connect with me, and be good with that. All right, well, listen, we're going to get out of here. We got overtime today because our Croatian couldn't figure it out. Yeah, true story. Sorry, Racco. All my friends from Eastern Europe always have troubles figuring it out. We're still trying to get Alex Beeching on the call here. Melissa, we're still trying to get Alex Beeching on here. So one day when Alex's internet figures itself out, we'll do that as well. Okay, on behalf of myself, Johnny, Marty, Melissa, Jimmy, everybody, Rotko, the entire crew here this morning on Mornings in the Lab, we're going to get out of here. Lady Drew, good time. Petro, Michael, Global, Sullivan, Lauren, oh man, the entire group here today. A lot of love, a lot of respect for all of you guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow right here, 8 o'clock Eastern time on The Big Show, Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Bladder's calling. Jimmy, I'm out of here.